Welcome to Ohsweken Speedway on an absolutely beautiful Friday night here in the middle of June. I'm Greg Kilnan, with me Adam Ross, Clinton Jeffrey down trackside, as tonight PLAZEK Auto Recyclers and BRAEMAR Buildings bring you a full card of action featuring the Southern Ontario Sprints, their first race of the 2026 season due to a couple of canceled events earlier in the year. We also have the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division, the Middleport Mechanical Thunder Stocks, and the cars we see on the track right now, the Niagara Region Vintage Racing Series, the vintage cars here tonight as well. So 4 divisions on tap. Our instant installation mini stocks have the night off as they prepare for their biggest race of the year next Friday night. Adam, we had a great night of racing last Friday. We got oh so close to getting the complete every lap in event for every division. But it was a fantastic sight to see the track just packed with fans and cars with the autograph session.
It so was, Greg, and the fans were here for that autograph session. Most people understood the way the night went. You can't really beat Mother Nature, but I think that what happened last week was absolutely the right decision to get the autograph session in. So many fans were entertained by that. We were one yellow flag away from getting that whole sprint car feature in.
Absolutely we were. And we also got to see those championship belts handed out last week. Jeff Elslager and Ryan Beagle, the first two to take the Fan Series belts home. They'll have a chance to defend it. And now I'm hearing some drivers from other tracks want to kind of come from a different territory, like the old days of wrestling, and steal the belt away. We'll see what happens in the next go-around in July.
You know, unintended consequences, right? How cool would that be? And I know our drivers are ready to defend it, but come one, come all. That's the best part about having common rules.
Yeah, exactly. You can have this interchangeable network of drivers going from track to track, and it's going to be exciting to see if someone can take one of those belts away. As we right now are going through the final hot lap session of the night, again for the Vintage Modifieds. They're first appearance here, 2026. And then I believe we're going to go trackside and have a chance to talk with Liam Martin, last week's Crate Sprint Car feature winner. And then we'll get into tonight's racing cards, starting with the Southern Ontario Sprints in their first 3 qualifying heats. We have Clinton Jeffrey down trackside checking in. Well, his microphone is.
You know, we're pretty good with that. Because Clinton has some delicate conversations throughout the night. When I say delicate, I mean colorful. Because he has to. So the fact that we tip him off whenever that's going on.
Yeah, that's a good thing, because I was in my truck. Who knows what I could have been yelling at right there a second. It's been on the whole time. But, yeah, I just want to touch on the Liam Martin deal. We talked to Liam and Dylan Westbrook, who didn't get their victory lanes last week. Both of them declined. They said we'd rather just concentrate on tonight's program, and hopefully we can end up and double up in victory lane tonight. So both Liam and Dylan have declined their victory lane. That means we're rolling right into 360 heat number 1 any moment now, guys.
Greg knows why Dylan didn't care so much. Do you, Clinton?
I think I have an idea. Is it about a milestone that's coming up?
It is. His next victory will be his 100th win in a 360 sprint car.
I guess I didn't get the chance to tell you that the crew would prefer if we didn't talk about that until it happened, but there we did.
No, you know what? You have to. Yeah, that is a milestone, so it's something cool. People who don't normally cheer for him might cheer for him tonight. But since you wanted it to be a secret, nice job not telling the team.
Let's do a track report here. We're going to throw one at Spencer, and it is early down here. We didn't get into it, but this is a great demonstration of what we're doing here, guys. When you look down here, it is tacky here. It is sticky. The 360s are going to be good. Look right down here at Jack's feet. It is still soupy and wet down here. And these guys, anybody who gets right down here is going to spin their tires and have problems. But at the end of the night, this is going to be the most preferred real estate right here on the bottom. Up here on the top, you still got a bit of chunk. You'll see as the 360s come out, they will continue to buff this right off and move any of these chunks and stuff like this that you see. This loose dirt, it'll get blown off and they'll throw it up, and by the end of the heats, this will be fairly smooth here. So starting with the 360s, they have a lot of bite, A lot of speed coming in this track, but they will also do us wonders here to put the finish on it for the rest of the classes tonight, guys.
First of 3 qualifying heats for the Southern Ontario Sprints rolling out onto the Speedway. This is their first of 3 events in their Triple Crown Series. $3,000 to win tonight. $500 just to start. Here's how the lineup for qualifier number 1. On the pole out of Freelton, Ontario. Driving the 12 Double D, it's Darren Dryden. To his outside aboard the 11, Jamie Turner from Caister Centre. Starting in third from Ohsweken, the 68 is Aaron Turkey. And to his outside from Scotland, Ontario, the 47X D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook. Lining up in the 5th spot from Dunnville, it's the 46 of Kevin Pauls. And going off 6th out of Caledonia, the 0C is Cole McDonald. Starting in 7th, the 94X is Scott Hall from Wilsonville. And in the 8th and final starting position for Port Lambton, the 28K, it's Tate O'Leary. Nitro 54 Variety, the title sponsor of the Southern Ontario Sprints in 2026, along with support from Tammy 10 Media, Ackland Insurance, and Hoosier Tire Canada, all involved with the Southern Ontario Sprints here in the 2026 season. One to go next time around, and kind of a historic night tonight, Adam, as you go back almost 30 years to the day. June 16th, 1996. Jerry Whitney of Fenton, Missouri, captured the first ever 360 feature here at Ohsweken Speedway.
From Fenton, Missouri, you say?
Michigan, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
I didn't know that was a mistake. I just knew that's
when you said
Penny
it, I'm like,
Schrader.
no, it's Michigan.
Sorry, Greg.
Ready to go with the first of 3 qualifiers. You're on PLAZEK Auto Recyclers Night, BRAEMAR Building Systems. Also a race night sponsor here this evening. Darren Dryden, Jamie Turner bring us to the first green flag of the evening.
Turner staying well up to the outside. I think I can see why now. There's a big giddy up down in the entry at turn number 1. Dylan Westbrook launches down the back straightaway into the 2nd spot.
Lap number 1 belongs to Darren Dryden over Dylan Westbrook, who won last week in the rain-shortened event. We'll talk on that a little bit later. But all the while is Darren Dryden pulling away.
Dryden does love a racetrack with character, and right now I think it's going to be hard to pass. Dylan Westbrook right down through the rough, trying to make some speed. Jamie Turner solid there in the 3rd spot in that number 11.
Lap 3 goes up on the scoreboard. Darren Dryden leading the way over to E-Dubs. Jamie Turner in one of his few appearances here this season, riding in the 3rd spot, showing some good speed in the 11th.
Now, they had an LS motor under the hood of the 11, and I'm not sure if this is it or if he's gone back to his traditional 360 engine. We'll have to get Clint to follow up on that.
Lap 4, make that lap 5 on the board, 3 to go. Darren Dryden's lead is dwindling now as Dylan Westbrook's begun to close the gap.
And Darren starting to change his lineup a little bit. He was a little lower that time in 3 and 4. Back up to the cushion. Dylan Westbrook to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to come close to closing this gap.
First Mobile One white flag of the night comes out for Darren Dryden as he sails it down into corner 1. Here comes Dylan Westbrook, rather. He has closed it within a couple of car lengths.
I think Dryden's going to be able to bring it home. If he keeps it clean through 3 and 4, he will. Dryden to the win. Dylan Westbrook comes home in the 2nd spot.
3rd spot's going to remain Jamie Turner. 4th belongs to Aaron Turkey. With the 5th position going to Kevin Pauls, followed by Cole McDonald. And Tate O'Leary will conclude the running order in qualifying heat race number 1. So just to touch on last week's event, I know we had left things kind of in the air on what was going to happen with the remainder of that feature event, but I don't know if Clint wants to touch on that, but it was decided that feature event is complete. Dylan Westbrook crowned the winner last Friday night.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion on how to handle that race. We were at 1.5 laps prior to halfway, which made it official, which is about 30 seconds from being done before we went yellow. You know, we had concerns if you double up the features on a night, you potentially cost your teams a double wreck and ruin someone's season should they get into a jingle in one. We put it to the drivers, and they voted to just have it finished. So we paid out the points and finished as they were on lap 11 last week, and it will be an official finish that counts. And I know this is something Adam and I debated quite a bit on our trip last week. We debated it with all the officials, and then we felt maybe we should give the drivers who have the biggest investment a choice in it. Greg, the best way I can describe it is I still feel like it's bad milk in my stomach. None of the decisions I liked, and I still feel sick about it, but we are where we are, so we're moving on.
Mother Nature is undefeated. That's all there is to say about that.
Qualifying heat number 2 onto the racetrack. Lining up on the pole for this one from Dunnville in the 15, Ryan Turner. Just outside from Beamsville, the 88H is Josh Hansen. Lining up third out of Grimsby, car number 90 is Travis Cunningham. And to his outside going fourth, the 5D, Jacob Dykstra from Port Colborne. Tyler Powell starts in the 5th spot. He's in the 77T from Ohsweken. Nick Sheridan, the winner of the ESS event a couple of weeks ago from Mount Bridges in the 45 goes 6th. And 7th is the 77E, Ashton Van Every from Ohsweken. And into the green flag for qualifying heat number 2.
Carter, the starter, is about to pounce. Oh, Ryan Turner hit that rut in a big way. Able to collect that car, get it pointed in the right direction, and continues to lead, but we are under yellow. Did you see that car bounce?
I can't see corner 1. You should know better.
I should tell you about turn 1 sometime. It's very exciting. Clint, if you get a chance, this drives Clinton crazy, but 30 years, I'm still going to do it. Can we get Jamie Turner? That was a 3rd place finish with the LS engine. There we just saw a quick replay on the Creekside screen. But I think we got to talk to Jamie because that's exciting. That car was quick, and it was not the first night it came out in practice.
We'll try it again through the WG Truck Center. Restart zone. Take 2 on qualifying heat 2. Wow, did Jacob Dykstra thread the needle there?
Josh Hansen going to cross them over down the back straightaway. They'll go into 3 and 4 side by side. Hansen crosses the track in front of the 5 of Dykstra. Still riding high from a top 3 result last weekend. And look at that traffic behind him. Big penalty there for Ryan Turner, who's trying to fight his way back from the 3rd spot.
He'll dig down to the inside of Jacob Dykstra, slide up in front of him, and across the Cedar Springs start-finish line in the 2nd spot.
Dykstra down low through 1 and 2. Will keep that spot. Tricky Nick Sheridan back there in the 45, struggling to make up any ground. Battling just behind the 77 of Tyler Paulus.
It's all Josh Hansen right now for Dykstra and Turner. Then it's Cunningham, and the battle between Paulus and Sheridan continues to wage on.
Sheridan up on the high side in 3 and 4, trying to swing around the outside of Paulus. He'll make that pass. Travis Cunningham closing in on the 15 to Ryan Turner. That's a good battle for the 3rd spot.
5 on the board, 3 to go. That time by for Josh Hansen, who's had plenty of speed. And other than the first night where the motor expired, he's had a very solid 2026 season.
Jacob Dykstra getting closer and closer. He'll throw a slider on Hansen. Hansen crosses him over. Oh, my goodness. Dykstra closes the door. Hansen keeps the hammer down.
Coming to the Mobile One white flag as they come across the stripe. It's going to be Jacob Dykstra. Josh Hansen riding in the 2nd spot, and the battle's on between Cunningham and Turner for 3rd.
Turner has the spot. Cunningham closing in. Final time through 3 and 4. Dykstra going to hang on for the win.
Josh Hansen in the 2nd spot. 3rd will be Ryan Turner over Travis Cunningham. Nick Sheridan in the 5th position. Tyler Paulus and Ashton Van Every will complete the 7-car running order.
We've got to thank our presenting sponsors here tonight. PLAZEK Auto Recyclers, a 3rd-generation salvage yard specializing in quality used automotive parts and vehicles. With a 100-acre parts facility and an extensive rebuilder compound. They have everything from hard-to-find components to your next project vehicle. Be sure to visit PLAZEK Auto Recyclers for all your automotive recycling parts and needs. Automotive recycling and parts needs. The words were all there. They weren't all in the right order.
Ready to go with qualifying heat number 3 on the evening for the Southern Ontario Sprints. On the pole for this one from Tillsonburg in the 39. It's Corey Turner lining up to his outside. He had the wild ride that ended last Friday night after he crashed in corner 1. The rains came. Eric Gledhill from Thamesford in the black car number 7 tonight. Lining up in 3rd from Grand Island, New York, the 21 is Kyle Phillips. Starting in 4th out of Scotland, the 87 XS is Skylar Evans. Going off 5th, the Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Stiers in car 0, and 6th, DJ Christie out of Beachville in car number 5. And starting in 7th out of Drummondville, Quebec in car number 12, it's Alex Bergeron.
A very special happy birthday to Jace. Jace is hanging out in DJ Christie's pit. Happy birthday, Jace. Thanks for being here with us tonight.
That 12 machine of Alex Bergeron, I didn't realize this, but he is a 2-time World of Outlaws iRacing champion. He's made over $50,000 on iRacing. That's pretty impressive. Starting back there in the 7th spot here tonight as we come to the green flag in the 3rd and final Southern Ontario Sprints qualifying heat. Corey Turner down the backstretch. He goes, right up in front of Eric Gledhill. Gledhill had to get on the brakes down in 3.
Gledhill driving a DJ Christie car tonight. That car is 1 down at Buxton and I believe at Brighton as well.
Off of corner 4 we come, and Corey Turner continuing to lead the way in the Lone Wolf Fireworks Mobile 1, number 39. Corey Turner has been hooked up here this season. Glenn Stiers with a lazy spin in 1, and now Alex Bergeron's going to coast it down into the infield. Will stay green.
He's out of harm's way. We'll carry on with his qualifying heat. Turner out in front. Gledhill was closing in. Just got a little squirrely there in turn 1.
Time by will be halfway home for Corey Turner over Eric Gledhill, Kyle Phillips, DJ Christie, and Skylar Evans. Glenn Stiers continuing down in the 6th spot. Christie up to 3rd.
Easy to find DJ Christie on the racetrack with that neon yellow wing of that Wampum Fuels number 5.
Remember, he started back in the 6th position, so he's worked his way up to 3rd now, as it'll be 2 laps to go for Corey Turner.
2 more times around. Turner with a half straightaway advantage over Eric Gledhill. He's got a half straightaway back to DJ Christie. Christie can't feel it, but Skylar Evans closing in the 87.
Mobile 1 white flag out for Corey Turner, who's lengthened his advantage over Eric Gledhill. Final time down through 1 and 2. He'll work it down the back stretch and come to the checkered flag.
Corey Turner takes home the win, followed by Gledhill, Christie, Evans, Phillips, Stiers, and Corey Turner again. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be time to go Thunderstock Racing.
Is completely touchless on mud and clay. You just spray it on, watch it dissolve the mud and grime, and then rinse it off. It worked really fast, but I still wanted to put it to the test. So I put it head-to-head against a name brand wash, and the results were shocking. Well, that's pretty clear. There's a limited time bundle for your first purchase. Using the QR code on screen when you buy this kit, you get an extra 3 bottles of wash for free. Don't miss this exclusive offer.
Your mom got a new tractor? Yep. Can she see in the dark? Can do. Hook up all the implements? Can do. Steer with ease? Can do. Bale hay all day? Can do. Shift like a race car? Can do. Keep a juice box cold? Can do. I'm out of here.
Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks on the track for qualifier number 1. On the pole out of Waterdown, Dylan Peckham in the 51D. Alongside him from Hamilton, the 43 is Kyle Andrus. Row 2 on the inside. The 43C from Hamilton is Clinton Nichols. Alongside him out of Ohsweken, the 81 is Brando Green Stiers. Starting 5th from Binbrook, the 427 is Smoky Tim Phelan. And on the outside of him, it's the Gun Show. From Canfield, the 03 is George Crossell. 7th from Burlington, Ron Logie in the 97. 8th out of Thorold, the 11 is Go Fast Teeple. 9th from Harley, it's Rob Hoskins in the 37. 10th, the 23 is Trevor DeBoer from Hagersville. 11th out of Victoria, it's the big dog, Ryan Beagle in the 84 RK. 12th, Corey McAllister from Durham in the 71. And rounding out the field in the 7K from Font Hill is Kevin Kokrick.
Qualifying heats for the Thunderstocks brought to you by Hunsinger's Plumbing.
Peter's not allowed to leave for the Thunderstocks. He admitted he likes fender cars now.
Green flag is out. First Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock qualifier of the night. Dylan Peckham had a great run last Friday night. He's out in front in that 51 machine. Clinton Nichols hot on his heels.
Yellow is out. Clinton Nichols is getting the top spot. And I don't know if that was so much Dylan Peckham jumping the start. I don't think Kyle Andrus' car has a whole lot of giddy up in it.
Trying to get the 81 up the outside of row number 2 there. He'll heed the warning from Dave here in the tower. And we'll try it again with Clinton Nichols on the pole for this. Kyle Andrus on his outside. Dylan Peckham back a row in that third starting spot. Back through the WG Truck Center restart zone.
Boy, oh boy, they were fanned out 3 wide coming down the front straightaway. Clinton Nichols out in front. Dylan Peckham being overtaken by Andrus in the 43. It's an all-out assault for that second spot.
Ron Logie working the bottom. Tim Phelan through the middle. Brando Green Stiers on that outside there. 3 cars wide trying to get by Peckham and Andrus right now.
And Peckham got a little bit loose there in turn number 1. People had to check up. He's still hanging on to that second spot, though, as they're 3 wide for third.
All Clinton Nichols out in front, although I think I saw a couple of little plumes of smoke coming out of the 43 that time through 3 and 4. Ron Logie now is going to dive down to the inside of Dylan Peckham down in 1. He won't be able to get by. And Peckham holds on to the second spot. Now here's Trevor DeBoer in the middle of everything. Where'd he come from?
Deep in the field, that's for sure, as Clinton Nichols trying to get away and stay away, but Tim Phelan in that 427 with some clear racetrack. Let's see if he can close the gap on that 43. Tim DeBoer right there as well. Trevor DeBoer. We'll call him Trevor tonight.
Has that second spot. Oh, a little thicker smoke that time out of the 43 as Trevor DeBoer begins to close in. And he'll look to the outside down in corner number 1. DeBoer trying to maintain. Oh, Tim Phelan's going to go around. Oh, beautiful move by everybody to get away. That could have been bad.
Code Brown, turn 2.
And Tim Phelan, Smokey's going to get it turned around. We're going to stand to the green flag as Trevor DeBoer is on the outside of Clinton Nichols. Nichols continued to lead last time by the Cedar Springs starter stand, but Trevor DeBoer now is edged ahead into 3.
All of the excitement we called at the beginning of that race, Ryan Beagle was nowhere to be found. Now all of a sudden he's up into 4th, closing in on Ron Logie.
Trevor DeBoer pulling away now from the pack as he approaches the Tim Phelan 427. And this time by, it should be a couple of laps to go, 3 to go.
Boy, Ryan Beagle was almost up to the number on the door of Ron Logie, and he backed out of it down into turn 1. George Grossel getting mixed up there with Dylan Peckham. Two laps to go.
Beagle looking to the outside of Ron Logie down into corner number 1. Now he'll dive to the inside. They'll go wheel to wheel off of the corner for the runner-up spot.
Mobile 1 white flag about to be displayed. They continue to battle side by side. DeBoer on the outside, Phelan on the inside as they charge down into turn 1.
Down the backstretch, final time for Trevor DeBoer. As he laps Tim Phelan, he'll come to the checkered flag. And Trevor DeBoer in the Mert Timson Auto 23 is going to pick up the qualifier win over Ron Logie. Third will be Ryan Beagle. Then Clinton Nichols finishes in the 4th spot. Corey McAllister with a good drive up to 5th. Go Fast Teeple 6th. Rob Hoskins in the 7th spot, 8th. George Grossel 9th. Was Dylan Peckham, and rounding out the top 10 was Brando Green Stiers.
Qualifier number 2 is going to line up like this. On the pole from Niagara Falls, the 26 is Keith Dale. Alongside him in the 44B from Six Nations, it's Bella General. Starting third from Hagersville, the 93K is Mike Klazinga. 4th out of Brantford in the 13, it's Casey Huffman. Starting 5th out of Hamilton, Brian Passetti in the 62. 6th, a recent father for the first time at a Caledonia, it's Mikey Bobby, Mike Thorne in the 55. 7th from Ohsweken is Brian General in the 69G. 8th from Hagersville, Ryan Dinning in the 8. 9th, the 108 is Zach Bleach from Port Robinson. 10th from Ancaster is Kyle Wirt in the 19. 11th is Brewster Baker. Dave Bailey from Hagersville in the 49. And rounding out the field is always competitive Rob Murray in the M1.
Give a birthday shout out tonight. Happy 14th birthday to Nathan Nanskaville, who's sitting down in corner number 1. Happy birthday, Nathan. Hope you're having a good night here at the races with the Grace family.
And we've got to give a special welcome to our friends from the KISS social group. KISS goes trackside dirty nights at the Speedway. All here to cheer on Casey Huffman.
A slow pace coming to the green flag here in Hunsinger's heat number 2, qualifier number 2. I'm never going to get that right.
Being wrong often just makes you closer to me, Greg.
That's true.
You're welcome. Field gets sorted out down the back straightaway. Dale is sprung out to a lead. Mike Klazinga in the 2nd spot, another driver on that LS engine package.
Brian Passetti there holding down the 3rd spot, gets by Huffman and Dinning. Out in front, it's all Keith Dale over Mike Klazinga.
Close quarters off of turn 4 between Casey Huffman and Ryan Dinning. Some smoke out the back of Passetti's number 62 as well as he loses a couple of spots in 1 and 2.
Klazinga now down to the inside of Dale as they work off of corner number 4 and by the Cedar Springs starter stand. It's going to be Klazinga, your new leader. The 3 on the board.
Dinning up to the 3rd spot. Dave Bailey right behind in the 5th position. Lots of more smoke coming out the Passetti 62.
Here comes Dave Bailey now to the inside of Dinning. And this time by will be halfway home in this second and final qualifier. It's all Mike Klazinga flexing some muscle here.
Klazinga out in front, Dale hanging on to 2nd, but here comes Dave Bailey in that white and blue number 49. Rob Murray is struggling a little bit.
Yeah. I picked him in the fantasy tonight, so he better.
It's a long night.
Better get hooked up here. He
Bailey,
will. He'll figure it out. He's
yep.
a good driver.
Bailey gets to the inside of Dale. Now Ryan Dinning on the inside of that 26 in the battle for the 3rd spot. But Klazinga continues to lead the way, and he's taking the short way around. That doesn't look like a Mike Klazinga groove.
3 more circuits around for Mike Plazinga, but Dave Bailey closing the gap with the Queenston Chevrolet 49 as this time by Carter, the starter. It'll be 2 laps left to go. Plazinga leads, Bailey second, Denning into the 3rd spot. Dale has dropped back to 4th.
Bailey ever closer to race leader Mike Plazinga, about 2 car lengths off the back end of the 93, all the way up to the outside wall on the back straightaway, sweeps into the 3rd turn.
Oval 1 white flag is out. The race is on. And this final lap to the outside goes Bailey. Plazinga working the bottom. As they roll it through 1 and 2. Bailey's got some good momentum off of 2.
It's going to be tough to make an outside pass work. There's just so much bite on the bottom. But they're door-to-door through 3 and 4 for the final time.
Bailey's got the advantage, and off the corner he comes to the win. So Bailey will win over Plazinga. Then it's Denning, Wirt, Huffman. That's your top 5 over Keith Dale, Zach Bleach, Mike Thorne, Brian Passetti, Bella General, Brian General, Rob Murray. So that concludes qualifying for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks, and now 33 cars in total once again here for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint cars. And for any of the new fans out there, Adam, just a little bit of difference, mostly under the hood and some of the drive length and all of that, and how these cars work compared to the 360s. The 360s we've already seen a faster car, but still the same experience here with the Crate Sprints.
Still the same experience, and I think that's the first time in 30 years I've ever snorted on air when I took a breath. That was weird. Less horsepower, far more affordable horsepower in this Crate Sprint division. Let's give you the starting lineup for heat race number 1. On the pole from Wayne Fleet, the BS39 is Brett Stratford, starting second from St. Catharines. In the 2S, it's Al Slate. Third from Beamsville, it's Nico Hansen in the 27H, and the fastest in this group is from Caledonia, the 9 of Liam Martin. Starting fifth from Ancaster, the 51 is Trevor Young. Sixth out of Cambridge, the 44 is Connor Ross. Seventh from Thorold, Tyler LaFantasy in the 96. Starting eighth from Hakersville, the 36 is Jeremy May. And rounding out the field, the 24K from Hakersville is Kiana Teal.
Great Sprint Car Qualifiers brought to you by DJD Graphics. Brett Stratford, the BS39, looking for his first win of 2026. Last week's winner, 1 row behind him in the 9 of Liam Martin.
Side by side down the back straightaway, Stratford down low. He'll take the lead into 3 and 4. Back to second goes Al Slate.
So Brett Stratford, Slate in second, Martin running third. Then you've got this battle where we see Trevor Young, Nico Hansen, Connor Ross, and Tyler LaFantasy. Once again, that 51 car showing a lot of speed. We've talked about it. He's had a really good start to this 2026 season. And when he's been here so long in this division and you see him continuing to impress, got to talk about it because it's good news for Trevor Young.
No, you're absolutely right. He's just doing a great job. The car is performing for him. And this is a tough division, very competitive class.
Nico Hansen, Tyler LaFantasy right now are the best battle on the track. LaFantasy on the bottom of the 96, former mini stock champion here at the Speedway.
He's looked right at home in this Crate Sprint class as he goes to battle with Nico Hansen in the 27. Connor Ross having some struggles in that 44, but it's still a good battle with Kiana Teal, Ross, and Jeremy May in the 36.
Stratford leading the way. Slate trying to close the gap. He's about 3/4 of a straightaway behind the BS39. Same distance back to Liam Martin. A big gap back to fourth with Trevor Young.
Trevor Young a couple of car lengths ahead. LaFantasy with the 27H and Nico Hansen sort of on the outside. He's going to try to close that gap and make it a battle at the front. But the Mobile 1 white flag means he's only got one more lap to do it.
Final trip around for Brett Stratford. It's been easy going here for him in this qualifier. No pressure whatsoever. He'll sail it through 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkers out. And DJD Graphics heat race number 1 goes to Brett Stratford over Al Slate and Liam Martin third.
Fourth to Trevor Young, fifth to Tyler LaFantasy, then it's Nico Hansen, Connor Ross, Kiana Teal, and Jeremy May.
Qualifier number 2 pushed off, ready to go over in the warm-up track last night. Over on that track, week number 2 of the Outlaw Karts.
I'm going to share it because Brett Stratford said it to more than one person down in the pits before the race. But he said if he goes out, he actually said if he's fastest in hot laps, wins his heat, he's going to win the race tonight. Was not fastest in hot laps, but he won the heat walking away. But Brett Stratford made a lot of big changes to that race car, and he thinks they might have gotten it right. Heat race number 2 looks like this. On the pole from Thamesford, the 14 is Larry Gledhill. Second from Ancaster, the 16X is Keegan Baker. Third from Scotland, the 53 is Logan Schwedick. And fourth, it's the highlight man, Mac DeMann from Mississauga in the 4. Starting fifth from Rockwood, the 94 is Ryan Fraser. Sixth out of Stony Creek, AJ Lewis in the 24A. Seventh from Ohsweken, had a great run last week. The 28T is Cam Thompson, and rounding out the field from St. George, the 69K is Ken Hamilton.
Coming to the green flag in qualifier number 2. Presented by DJD Graphics, Larry Gledhill, Keegan Baker. Go through the WG Truck Center start and restart zone. Coming to the green flag, it's Larry Gledhill leading the way down into 1.
Gledhill around the bottom of the racetrack. Keegan Baker with a nice run off at turn number 2, not losing much ground to race leader Gledhill. Larry drives it hard though through 3 and 4. He'll lead lap number 1.
McDeman looking to the outside of Logan Schwedick for that 3rd position. Meanwhile, it's side by side for the top spot. Baker on the inside, Gledhill on the outside.
Larry Gledhill holding Keegan Baker down on the bottom of the racetrack. He'll maintain that lead. Schwedick hangs on to the 3rd spot with McDeman all over him in 4th. Cam Thompson put the moves on Ryan Fraser. He's trying to take over the 5th and final transfer spot into tonight's main event.
Gledhill leads, Baker 2nd, then it's Schwedick. DeMann in this battle between Cam Thompson and Ryan Fraser. Fraser in that 94 looking to the outside of the 28 of Cam Thompson, who's had a lot of speed as of late.
He has not had the speed early in the night. Like hot laps are a challenge for Cam Thompson, but he's passing a lot of cars in the feature event. Gledhill opening up a bit of an advantage over Keegan Baker out in front.
3 laps remain in this one. All Larry Gledhill. Keegan Baker riding in 2nd is possibly going to feel some pressure here in a moment from Logan Schwedick riding in that 3rd spot. 2 laps left to go, says Carter Long.
2 more trips around, and the track is still relatively heavy, Greg. It was very tacky earlier on. The moisture went deep down into the surface. We generally see more side-by-side racing as the track starts to slick off. Mobile 1 white flag last time around.
Baker holding on to 2nd. Schwedick's right there. As we come to the checkered flag, it's going to be Larry Gledhill, your winner. And Keegan Baker will hold on to the 2nd spot over Schwedick. 4th will go to McDeman. 5th is Cam Thompson. 6th, Ryan Fraser. 7th was the 24 of A.J. Lewis, and Ken Hamilton completes the running order.
Good clean racing so far. 2 more qualifiers to go for the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Division. Heat race number 3 will line up like this. On the pole from Mossley, the 3S is Austin Rose. Starting 2nd from Hamilton, Mikey Kruchka in the 01K. 3rd from Cortland, the 5 is Tom Pelizzari. 4th out of St. Thomas, Jesse Costa in the 52. 5th, it's Lance Erskine from Brantford in the 48. 6th out of Ohsweken, it's Brian Nanakoke in the 9C. 7th is the 2 from Baden of Travis Hofstetter. 8th from Burford, Brandon Sobeski in the 22X. I chatted with Lance Erskine just a little bit. earlier tonight, his performance has not been where they expect it to be, and he's not sure why. He was sort of thinking they might be overthinking the new right rear tire that they're running this year. He's going back to basics tonight. He's going back to what they used to run and what they know, so let's keep an eye on that 48.
Flag displayed next time around. We'll start this third qualifier. Every heat a tough one.
Yeah, there's really no easy draw. There's no way to do it.
Carter Long throws the green flag, and off they go with Krutchka and Rose side by side down into corner number 1. Krutchka swings it out. It's 3 wide behind them. Erskine on the bottom, Pellizzari in the middle, and Jesse Costa working that outside line. The point leader gets shuffled back to 5th.
Erskine slides up the racetrack in front of Pellizzari. Costa turns it underneath both of them. So Jesse Costa moves up to that 3rd spot. Tom Pellizzari kind of the big loser in that transition.
Off of corner 4, Austin Rose, your leader over Mikey Krutchka. Costa right there in that 3rd spot trying to close the gap on the top 2. They're evenly spread apart. Bit of a gap back to Lance Erskine and Travis Hofstetter, 4th and 5th.
Austin Rose bobbled last time in turn 2. That allowed Krutchka to close a lot of gap. They're both flirting with that big bump at the entry of turn number 1, but it seems to be quick, whatever they're doing.
Halfway home here in this 3rd qualifying heat of 4. Austin Rose leads the way in the MJ Trucking number 3. And then you've got Krutchka in the 2nd spot. Costa still holding down 3rd, and not a lot of passing so far back through there. You've got Pellizzari back in 6th. Nanakoke 7th. 8th right now is Sebeski in the 22X.
That's the big surprise. Tom Pellizzari was started in the 3rd spot, so he was in the top 4 in hot laps, but he's outside of a transfer position right now.
2 laps left to go for Austin Rose. Rose, who's pegged right to the blocks down through 1 and 2. Krutchka and Costa not able to gain any ground, so we come to the Mobile 1 white flag.
One more time around for Rose. Again, hits that bump in the entry of 1. Doesn't seem to bother that car any as he charges down the back straightaway. He's going to win this qualifier going away. It's Austin Rose over Mikey Krutchka, Jesse Costa, Lance Erskine, Travis Hofstetter with a good qualifier, Tom Pellizzari, Brian Nanakoke, and newcomer Brandon Sobeski. And then there was one more heat race to go. Qualifier. Three TQ midget racers in this one. So 3 racers that started on asphalt have moved over to dirt. Here's how they're going to line up. On the pole from Wilsonville, the 55 is Corey Whittam. Second from Hamilton, it's Darren McLennan in the 78. Third out of Caledonia, it's Logan Ferguson in the 89L. Fourth from Georgetown is Steve Murdoch in the 2M. Fifth out of Six Nations, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller, behind the wheel of the number 20. Starting 6th, it's Riley Mercer from Brantford in the 88R. 7th from Thamesford, Curtis Gartley in the 45. And rounding out the field from Simcoe, Broden Weiler in the 14B.
Final qualifier brought to you by DJD Graphics. Kenny U-Pull push trucks got everyone fired off and ready to go. It's a team job for those push truck drivers each and every night. They do a fantastic job, out and ready to go with the qualifying heats. We'll come to the white flag, and next time by we'll be racing and ready. Field take shape on the backstretch with Whittam and McLennan making up that front row. And the green flag in the 4th and final qualifier for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division.
Whittam with a good launch out in front. He gets the advantage, maybe too much of an advantage as the yellow flag is displayed.
Dave's been a little ornery tonight.
Seems that way. Who's missing from this? No, Logan Ferguson was in the top 4. Okay.
Naughty. Back a row you go. Let's watch the replay.
Yeah, it was a little before the start line. That start was pretty even. Darren McLennan up high. Corey Whittam down low. Penalty or not, he's got the lead down the back straightaway, and he'll take that into turn 3.
Off at 4 he works. He'll lead that first lap over McLennan, Ferguson, Steve Murdoch, and Johnny Miller close quarters down at 1.
Steve Murdoch tried to close the door on Johnny Miller. Johnny's like, nuh-uh, I'm here and I'm staying.
Murdoch slides up in front of McLennan. Off a corner 4, whacks the wall with the right rear.
Boy, oh boy. Bold move by Steve Murdoch. And remember, all he's got to do is run in the top 4, and he's in the redraw as the fastest qualifier out of this group.
Got to hope nothing broke on the car doing that wall slam there off of 4. He's closing the gap on Corey Whittam, though. This time out, it'll be halfway home. Corey Whittam leading the way.
Darren McLennan got real tight on entry of 1 and 2 last time. He's able to bring the car down to the bottom of the track in 3 and 4. Let's see this time. He is way up on the high side, but at least got the car to rotate that time. Curtis Gartley with a good run. He's up into a transfer spot.
Whittam shuts the door on Steve Murdoch. Murdoch had a back out of it in 3. Whittam leading the way with 3 laps left to go. If you rewound 1 year ago and said that Corey Whittam was going to be out in front leading a heat race, he probably would have said, yeah, I don't know. But boy, he has really learned this craft of the dirt sprint cars, and Corey Whittam leads the way with 2 to go.
He's picking it up, that's for sure, as he leads the way over Murdoch. Great to see Johnny Miller having a solid run out there in the 20. Darren McLennan has settled into the 4th spot. So it looks like Logan Ferguson just got black flagged, so something must be amiss on that car.
Mobile 1 white flag is out for Corey Whittam. Final time down the backstretch. This will be a big victory if he can hold on for the checkered flag here.
Gets a little ugly in 4, but he gets it done.
Corey Whittam wins over Steve Murdoch. Johnny Miller 3rd, Darren McLennan 4th, Curtis Gartley 5th, Brodenweiler 6th, Riley Mercer 7th, and Logan Ferguson finishes in the 8th spot. We'll take a quick break. Be right back here at Ohsweken Speedway.
Kenny Hupel offers customers the opportunity to remove parts in our self-service yards at a fraction of the manufacturer's price. With new makes and models arriving daily, our yards are constantly restocked with new inventory. We aren't a typical auto parts yard. Open 7 days a week. Yes, even on Sundays. Our organized yards offer a seamless customer experience. Visit a Kenny Hupel yard near you today.
Feature winners aren't the only ones taking home extra cash. Thanks to J&E Towing, Huffman Restorations, and Eco Fire Protection, Hard Charger Awards are presented at the end of each feature to the driver who gains the most positions on race night. Welcome back to Ohsweken Speedway, ready to go with the Vintage Modifieds. Here is how they'll line up. Take a look at the Creative Edge Signs and Graphics starting lineup. On the pole out of Ambridge, Pennsylvania, car number 20 is Steve Longo to his outside from Hamilton. In the 68 is Jens Mortensen. Going third out of Hamilton, the 07 is Mark Shadwell. And going off in the 4th position, car number 1, Ryan Ferry from Port Dalhousie. 5th spot belongs to Dave Small in the 67S. He's out of Port Colborne. And Scott McPhail from Hamilton in car number 9 goes 6th. Billy Ace Montreal out of Port Colborne in car number 2 goes 7th. 8th, the Tim Natalino out of North Tonawanda, New York in the 41. Starting in 9th, Rob Pitts from Port Colborne in the 69 and going 10th. Jeffrey Lerman out of St. Catharines in the 601. 8 laps the distance, the only qualifier of the night for the Niagara Region Vintage Racing Series. Enjoying your ice cream, Adam? Green flag comes out. Jens Mortensen heads down into corner number 1 as the leader.
It's always cool to see the different generations of vintage cars that show up on these nights.
Gotta love that lead car. Jens Mortensen, the 68, the Sheriff. Great looking ride. One of the older throwbacks. Then you got the mud buses back there like Rob Pitts, and new leader is Ryan Ferry.
Yeah, that was a big move by Ferry through turn number 2 to jump up to the top spot. He'll lead the way down the front stretch.
6 laps left to go here for the Niagara Region Vintage Racing Series. The 4-car battle for the runner-up spot. Ferry took off and is gone right now in car number 1.
He's very fast.
Nicely played.
Thank you. Rob Pitts trying to find racing room on the inside in that easy 69. He'll hook the bottom in 1 and 2, pick up a couple of spots there, move Pitsy up to the 3rd spot.
Halfway home. This time by, says Carter Long aboard the Cedar Springs starter stand. Ferry leads. Pitts up the 2nd spot. Mortensen right now holds down the 3rd position. Longo holds on to 4th. He had a bit of a bounce and a hop down in 1.
Yeah, that's a great battle back there. 5 cars duking it out for position. I guess they're racing for the 4th spot.
Ferry continuing to lead. This time around, it should be 2 laps left to go for Ryan Ferry in the 1. Rob Pitts trying to close the gap in the 69.
Yeah, I think he's going to run out of laps, and I'm not sure that he's faster than Ferry. Ferry turning some pretty good laps out there in that number 1. Mobile 1, white flag comes out this time.
Rob Pitts, second all-time on the Dirt Sportsman victory list here at Ohsweken Speedway. 22 feature wins.
And he's won here in a lot of different types of cars.
Checkers out. Ferry is going to pick up the win over Pitts. His battle for the 3rd spot at the line. The 2 machine of Billy Montreal takes it away from Mortensen. Then it's Scott McPhail in 5th, Dave Small 6th, Steve Longo in 7th, 8th will go to Tim Natalino. Then it's Mark Shadwell and Jeffrey Lerman completing the running order for the vintage cars. So we're going to take a break here with an intermission. Be back with a B main for the crate sprint cars in just a little while. We'll be back on GeForce TV.
For over 80 years, Libro Credit Union has been a trusted financial partner, strengthening financial well-being. And through change, uncertainty, and opportunity, we've stood by you and with you. Join the nearly 120,000 Ontarians and over 12,000 local businesses choosing Libro, not just for banking, but for a better future. Bank local, support local, loyal to local.
Looking for a new race or cargo trailer? Welcome to Kemp Motorsports. Kemp Motorsports specializes in top quality race and cargo trailers from United, Wells Cargo, and Hallmark. From our best-selling Rev Series up to custom 53-foot goosenecks and stackers. We have a huge selection in stock or ready to custom order. With top brands, great selection, and over 30 years experience, stop by and see why Kemp Motorsports is your #1 race trailer dealer. Find us online at kempmotorsports.ca.
After World War II, my grandfather was diagnosed with cancer, and our neighbors guided my father through his first few years after my grandfather died. This year will be my father's 50th crop. He always reminds me that without the help of our neighbors, there would never have been a first. My name is Randy, I'm a farmer, and I make the best damn tractors in the world because I owe it to my neighbors.
Case IH, built by farmers.
Scan this QR code now for the best deal on Total Wash. Get the famous wash kit that includes 2 bottles of our revolutionary touchless wash, a foam cannon to efficiently coat any vehicle, and now an extra 3 free bottles of wash. But only at the QR code on the bottom left. This stuff melts the toughest mud and grime off your tractors, ATVs, and even heavy machinery. Thousands of people, from racers to landscapers, are loving Total Wash. So what are you waiting for? Scan the QR code now so you don't miss this exclusive offer.
At WG Truck Center, we fix trucks. We don't just change parts. Maintenance, repairs, frame straightening, and custom builds. Everything happens right here. A high-performance team focused on serving the local Canadian business, always looking to add talent to make us even better. Need parts? Need a rig? Need services? The local shop that does it all. WG Truck Center. Everything you need for your diesel truck.
For almost a decade, Ackland Insurance has proudly supported Ohsweken Speedway. In 2026, the Ackland Insurance Top Gun Award continues to reward speed, paying cash to the fastest sprint car drivers in each timed hot lap group. Back at Ohsweken Speedway under intermission at the moment. Quick break and a chance for the fans to make their way down. You see a little bit of track work going on. Trying to smooth out a few of those bumps, some character spots around the track. While we have a break in the action, good chance for us to look at the Carmen's Group upcoming events board here in just a minute. See what's on deck here at the Big O in the next few weeks as the month of June is well underway. Next week, Instant Installation and Steyer's Gas Bar presents the Art Hill Memorial Duel on the Dirt Mini Stock Combined Race. 42 laps, the biggest race of the year for the Mini Stocks next Friday night, along with the 360s crates and Thunder Stocks. In 2 weeks' time, Case IH and O'Neill's Farm Equipment presents Agriculture Night, featuring the Great Lakes Super Sprints and ROC Sportsman. That's on June 26th. And then coming up on July the 3rd, Club 54 Racing and Blastall Equipment presents the Northeast Late Model Alliance, plus the Brock Leonard Memorial and Vintage Cars Duel on the Dirt Thunderstock Combined Race. OhswekenSpeedway.ca for more information. That's a look at the Carmen's Group, Ohsweken Speedway upcoming events board. Let's send it down trackside. Clinton Jeffrey with the Case IH Track Report.
Thanks, guys. Well, we had a bit of a bump down here in Turn 1, and it was really upsetting the cars. So we've decided to bring out our Case IH Power Hero. Now it's kind of a grinder on the back of the tractor. It will grind up the big lumps, make them into crumble, as you can see out in front here. And now we're going to pack it in. And what we did is we took a lot of that big chunk out that was upsetting the cars as they went into Turn 1. And you can see it's already a lot better. So in about another 3 or 4 minutes here, we will pack in another lap or two. And this should be a dramatically better track here for the sprint cars tonight as they get ready to go, guys. There's your Case IH Track Report as the KHH tractors go to work to improve our surface tonight.
Kenny U-Pull push truck team out there helping to pack down this racing surface. And there you have a look at that beautiful Case IH equipment getting the job done. Makes it so easy to prepare the track each and every week. So next up on the docket will be the B main for the crate sprint car division. And then we'll be ready to go into feature racing. Starting off with the Southern Ontario Sprints, their main event, 25 laps the distance, $3,000 to win tonight for the SOS. Followed by the Thunderstocks with their 20-lap feature, crate sprints, and we'll conclude tonight with the vintage cars.
So a couple more birthday announcements. Danielle Schaefer, happy 22nd birthday from Mom and Dad.
You got more? Can I throw one in?
Yeah, I've got more. That's just a dramatic pause, boss. Early happy birthday to Dan Nanakoke, June 15th. Happy birthday, Dan. Your turn.
I want to wish happy graduation to all our graduates as they get towards the end of the school year, whether you're in grade school, high school, post-secondary, and the Miller crew want to wish a happy graduation to Sid. Sid's graduating. And we had a birth. Let's talk about birthdays. Let's talk about an actual birth. A couple that met here at the Speedway, Mike and Laura Thorne. Well, Laura's at home tonight, and she's mad. She wants to be here with young Jace. Let's show the new baby. Mike and Laura had their baby, Jace. Congrats to the Thorne family. What an adorable little guy he is, and a future racer, no doubt. Both sides of the family, hardcore racers, and all the best to Laura, young Jace, and Mike, who's here racing tonight in the number 55 Thunderstock. We teased Mike last week, said that the baby was going to wreck your race night, but Jace held off and let Dad race in peace the last couple weeks, and want to wish him all the best, guys. Cute little guy they got there.
Kids wreck all your race nights, not just the first one. Was that out loud?
Now your kid's making it stressful for you.
Just qualify. Run the heat, top 5.
Well, how's he going to be the B-Main Bandit if he's getting in through the heats?
Yeah, that's true. It's exciting. That was a hard drive. Like he said after last week, he said that B-Main was stressful. He was back there in the battle right around the transfer spot. I think he finished 7th. Is that multiple choice, Spencer, or is that one topic? Thank you. Yeah, but you throw in Greg, tell me, I know it was my question. So we did some rapid fire questions with the drivers in the off season, and one of them was to describe your racing style or your racing philosophy, and this is what we got. You had to describe your driving style or your racing philosophy in one thought. What is it?
Smooth and patient.
Aggressive.
Strategic, calm and focused. Never give up attitude.
I would say conservative on the most part, but the aggression's there when it needs to be.
Controlled chaos.
I'm a very diverse and aggressive driver.
Consistent. Same every week.
I'd probably say calculated.
Aggressive.
Chaotic.
I would say that I am careful, but I do take a chance when it needs to happen.
Calm. Cautious and consistent.
Smooth racecraft. I've kind of been known as a gasser. I'll blow it off the top of the cushion a couple times. It's just the way I drive. I might be the T-Mez of Ohsweken. I don't know.
Throttle out.
I'm a little aggressive, but sometimes you got to take the risk.
I'd say clean. I don't think I race anyone ever dirty. I try to give everyone space. I don't try to run you up the track, and I'm not trying to smoke you out at the corner. I'm not going to slide you when it's bad. I race clean.
On edge, but still in control.
Cautiously aggressive.
Old timer.
Don't wreck.
Conservative, maybe that hurts me sometimes, though. I try to pride myself on taking care of my equipment.
Throw it in, hang on, and get out of the corner clean.
I'm going to have to say disorganized but skilled at the same time. It's so hard to describe because, you're always trying different things every time. Again, my favorite move is sneaking on someone's right rear, kind of giving that side draft, and that's about it. But I'm sure some think I'm a little crazy.
Patience is key. Aggression just leads to disappointment.
Keeping the nose clean.
Cautious but aggressive.
A little aggressive, but when I need to be. Go where they're not.
Ricky Bobby, I want to go fast.
I try not to ruin stuff. I'm a budget racer. Can't wreck stuff I can't spend money on.
Which one stood out to you the most there, Adam? For me, it was Josh Hansen because I think he nailed it perfectly how I would describe him. Conservative, yet aggressive when he needs to be.
Yeah, you know what? They were all fairly interesting. Yep. So we've been doing those rapid-fire questions for a few years, and the mistake we were making was we were asking questions that didn't give them enough runway. Let them talk a little bit. So I think we got some better answers out of them. I always love Nick Erskine's answers.
So the trick is I just don't have to not give you any more runway, and then you won't talk as long? That's the...
That just means you have to talk more. Hammer down, Haas. You think it's
no? Never
You think
mind.
it's going to change our pay envelopes? Will it make you feel better, or will it change our pay structure?
It'll help everybody else.
You know what? This is the longest intervention ever.
Intervention? Yeah. How many years has it been for me with you?
Right. Trying to protect the people from me.
Well, last bit of track prep is taking place, so we'll take another quick break, and hopefully we'll be back with some racing with the B-Main for the crate sprints.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Whether you're looking to make a top cash sale for your used car, want to buy a previously owned vehicle, or need parts for your current car, Kenny U-Pull is the place to visit. Join us and our community of car part pullers in giving a second life to all vehicles while saving you a ton of money. Visit a Kenny U-Pull yard near you today.
For over 80 years, Libro Credit Union has been a trusted financial partner. Today, as a 100% Canadian-owned credit union, we offer all the products and services you'd expect from a traditional bank, but with a personal, community-focused approach, investing back into the people, local businesses, and communities we serve. Bank local, support local, loyal to local.
We're blowing away the competition. Get ready to meet the most effective touchless wash on the market. And when we say touchless, we mean touchless. This stuff handles your dirtiest vehicles with zero scrubbing required. No matter the vehicle, Total Wash has got you covered. And right now, only at the QR code below, you can snag 3 free bottles of wash when you purchase our foam cannon kit. The kit comes with everything you need to make cleaning a breeze. So don't miss your chance to try this revolutionary wash system for yourself.
Built for a smoother, smarter, simpler season. Built to break new ground every time you break ground. Built for a higher quality harvest. Built to protect your crops with precision, while giving you precision control in the palm of your hand. With a local service network built to keep you running. Everything Case IH makes is purposefully designed to work on your farm. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
This summer, there is only one way to celebrate. Victory missed. Redefining celebration.
Mayking Chrysler and Driving with Haley are proud to present the Rookie Points Standings. As Ohsweken Speedway's newest drivers gain experience and chase their first victories, they're also battling for the Rookie of the Year honors. Here are the latest rookie standings. Welcome back to Ohsweken Speedway, ready to go with the B main for the crate sprint car division. Let's send it down trackside first to Clinton Jeffrey.
Thanks, Greg. Just want to show you some of the work we did. As you know, it was very chunky right down here behind me, and now we used the power harrow. We broke up the big curb, and the push trucks, the Kenny U-Pull team here has packed this in, and we look much better here in turn 1. So we're just about ready to go with the B main. We'll turn up to you guys, but major track improvement here in turn 1.
Thanks, Clint. It's chunky behind you. It's chunky beside me, Adam Ross.
I was going to throw us all under that bus. It's pretty chunky up here, too. I see what you did. You're a terrible person. Okay, the B main. Most stressful race of the night. 8 cars get to run in the feature event. Everybody else is done for the evening. This is the last chance race. On the pole from Beamsville, the 27H is Nico Hansen. Second from Rockwood, it's Ryan Fraser in the 94. Starting third, it's the 5 of Tom Pellizzari from Cortland. And fourth from Simcoe, it's Broden Weiler in the 14B. Fifth out of Cambridge is Connor Ross in the 44. Sixth from Stony Creek, the 24A is A.J. Lewis. 7th from Ohsweken, the 9C, is Brian Nanakoke. 8th from Brantford is Riley Mercer in the 88R. 9th from Hagersville, the 24K, is Kiana Teal. 10th from St. George, it's Ken Hamilton, the 69K. 11th from Caledonia, it's Logan Ferguson in the 89L. 12th from Hagersville, the 36 is Jeremy May. And rounding out the field from Burford, the 22X is Brandon Sebeski. BRAEMAR Building Systems. For more than 40 years, BRAEMAR Building Systems has been supplying custom-engineered metal buildings to customers around the world. From sports arenas and aircraft hangars to warehouses, office complexes, commercial facilities, and industrial structures, BRAEMAR has the experience and expertise to deliver durable, maintenance-free steel buildings with exceptional structural integrity. That's like us up here in the tower, Greg.
Nailed it. All right, white flag displayed. Final car has made it out onto the racetrack. Brandon Sebeski.
It's candy apple red.
8 cars to transfer. Go or go home?
Looks like we're going to give them one more lap. Get Brandon Sebeski caught up to the field. He deserves that. Everyone deserves a fair shake. 8 cars will make it out of this last chance race. Be tagged on to the back of the feature event. 5 drivers will go home disappointed.
Nico Hansen, Ryan Fraser will bring us to the green flag. Pellizzari, Weiler back there in row 2. Ross and Lewis make up row number 3. Carter, the starter, cuts some loose.
There's some fast cars out here. Oh boy, Pellizzari gets into Broden. Weiler gets upside down. A.J. Lewis catches a piece of that.
And very quickly, we're under the red flag here in this B main. Tom Pellizzari, see him moving around in the cockpit there.
Yeah, A.J. as well. He'll climb out of that 5 car. His night is done. A.J. Lewis, I think, should be able to push back off. The nose wing is turned sideways on the 24. Which kind of makes me wonder if that's turned sideways, how bad is it?
Well, Pellizzari 5 here, guys. Obviously, the top wing is destroyed on it, and that's the problem for Tom here as he surveys the damage. And obviously, tough break here to his B main starting lap. The front end all tore up. Nose wing is gone on the car as well. We'll try and see what we know about the A.J. Lewis 24. You're right, Adam. Other than a nose wing, he's got a bit of a nose wing problem here.
See, and I've got to ask, Clinton, the race med people were all they did was turn the nose wing. But I got to wonder about that.
Yeah, so AJ's got the nose wing, but I think he's probably just going to try and run it here. I mean, if you go back to the pits, might get a chance to get it off, but I don't think that's a dangerous proposition to head back there. He's probably just going to have to let it fly in the wind, and hopefully it doesn't come off. If it does come off, he'll be charged with a yellow and have to go to the back, which he's already there. So it's one of those things. Do you go in and try and get it pulled off or not?
His top wing is tore up pretty good too, Clint.
Yeah, he's headed for the pit area. We'll see if they do anything with that. We'll get over here and look at the Pellizzari number 5. And this car is rough, guys. Front axle out, front wing. Look at the nose and the top wing. It is just flattened like a pancake. We'll bring in Justin Case, our lift here.
If we can have another look from the turn 2 camera, I think that was the best look at how this started. And it was Broden Weiler and Tom Pellizzari side by side. And they made contact. But how did it start? So here they come down the front stretch. And quite often, Greg, we're not talking blame here. Rarely are we talking blame unless it's obvious. It's a matter of 2 drivers who wanted the same piece of real estate. Maybe they thought the other one was going elsewhere. Nobody wants to risk this.
What a mess. What a shame for Tom Pellizzari. He's had a great start to the year and a lot of work, a lot of cost there.
A couple of wings for sure, an axle, some radius rods. And Broden Weiler, there was some contact there as well, so hopefully that 14 car is all right. If you want to give us another look, truck, for fans in the stands, have a look at the Creekside screen. down on the front straightaway. Let's have a look at Broden Weiler. The contact he got can break the driver's arm pretty easily, but that's probably the safest spot to hit a car to not do damage to the car. But to the driver, that's a pretty big moment, having a competitor up in your cockpit like that.
So they'll stack things back up. Ryan Fraser will line up beside Nico Hansen. Connor Ross now will move up a row alongside Broden Weiler. Then you've got Brian Nanakoke and Riley Mercer back there in row number 3. Kiana Teal and Ken Hamilton in row 4. Logan Ferguson, Jeremy May, row 5. And Brandon Sebeski at the tail there in the 22X.
And we've got to wish Hunter a happy birthday. I know Cam's not on the track because that Cam qualified too good. He qualified through his heat. But in case we forget it after, Hunter Hill, happy birthday.
Try it again through the WG Truck Center restart zone.
Better start that time. Ryan Fraser with the advantage down the back straightaway over Nico Hansen. Connor Ross has settled into the 3rd spot, but there's going to be a battle for the lead off of turn 4.
Ryan Fraser pulls ahead of Nico Hansen in that J&E Recovery 27H. Connor Ross holding down the 3rd spot. Remember, top 8 will transfer, so 3 drivers that are out there right now will not move on to the main event.
Right now, Kiana Teal and Logan Ferguson in a battle for that 8th spot. No, they're not. They're 7th and 8th. So Jeremy May in that 36. He's a talented race car driver and a good race car, so you know he's going to want to close in and get involved with that battle between Ferguson and Teal.
Nico Hansen's closed the gap now for the lead. He's right there in the tail tank of Ryan Fraser as they work off of corner number 4. Fraser holds the spot. Hansen still in 2nd. Connor Ross closing the gap a little bit on the top 2.
And let's say hello while we were focused on Kiana to Chris Teal. He is down in Tennessee for some drag racing as Kiana battles with Jeremy May. Jeremy May going to take that spot.
Fraser and Hansen at the front. Fraser continues to lead. Hansen's right there. Took a shot at him 1 and 2. Try it again this time by as they work off of corner 4 to the halfway point.
This is a long race. That's what I was just going to say. A 12-lap qualifying race as Riley Mercer gets up towards the wall and that number 88. Lots of track time for these drivers. Some of them can really use that, Greg.
Ryan Fraser out in front. Hansen, Ross. Those are your top 3. Then it's Mercer in 4th. Weiler in 5th. 6th is Nanakoke. 7th, May. And 8th right now, Kiana Teal holds down the final transfer spot.
Battling for 10th there was Ken Hamilton in the 69 with Sebeski in the 22. Again, great seat time for drivers that need to get out there, need to battle, see what it's all about. Ryan Fraser continues to hold off Nico Hansen as the yellow flag comes out. Riley Mercer spins out from a transfer spot.
That puts us under the Dixieland Grill caution flag.
We've talked a lot about making terms easier to understand, Greg, for the race fans, because some people are fairly new fans to the racetrack, and we're thrilled that you're here. So we use this term all the time, transfer spot. You want to be in a transfer spot. That means you're going to transfer into the next main event. So 8 cars in this race are in transfer spots right now. There are 8 tickets to the main event tonight. So when we use that term, that's what we mean. Thank you, Doug, for the ice cream. Thank you to the ice cream man for the ice cream.
4 laps left to go in this one. It was a beautiful sunny afternoon, but I am so glad to see that sunset because my eyes are burning. It's like opening up your oven with it on and staring at the oven light. That's what it felt like in the tower, looking into the sun all night.
How about this shirt?
I like that. The gun show.
Shane Large made the gun show George Grossel shirt.
Does the booth camera work? Can we see that on the... I don't know if Spencer still has that hooked up or not.
Olay.
There it is.
Look at the gun show. That's really cool. And in the next room, that's where they're horribly grumpy. This is the happy side of the building.
Single file coming to the WG Truck Center restart zone. Carter Long ready to cut them loose. 8 cars to transfer into the big dance, the main event tonight for the Great Sprints.
Ooh! Jeremy May took a look to the outside of Brian Nanakoke. So that by rule you are allowed, and I don't know why, you're allowed to have your front wheels beside where the rear tires are of the car in front of you, and I don't get it, Greg. When you use a cone, it's single file, and Jeremy May might have just really hurt his chances there as we're under yellow.
Back into the Dixie Land Grill caution for Ken Hamilton around up in the entry of corner 4.
Do you follow what I'm saying there? Clinton, maybe you can chime in. So when you've got a cone that you use for restarts, they want teams single file crossing the line. But they allow the drivers to fan out to prepare for a pass. And I don't like that. The cone is to prevent that. When they do fan out, you inevitably get contact on the front straightaway. That could have been awful.
Yeah, I get your point. I actually agree with you.
Oh,
wow.
Go home.
Wow.
Clint wouldn't even chime in because he was going to agree with me too.
The only thing I agree with is the new pay structure on the downslide. So, no, Adam, I understand your concern. The drivers had talked about it, and we don't let them flare out, but you have to be pretty much within the wheelbase of the car behind you.
You should be and granted, we're splitting hairs here as we have a look at
Ken Hamilton. Well, why don't you open that door and talk to the Grouchy side of the tower and tell him how it should be?
Have you ever tried to talk to him?
I don't even talk to Dave on race day at all. Ken Hamilton, we get the report over here, will not fire, so he's going to take it back to the infield.
Dave does a great job. That particular rule just opens it up to headache. Make them go single file. Look at, they look so good in a neat little row.
Try it again. Ryan Fraser sets the pace, leads him down into corner number 1. Hansen and Ross. Ross throws it down low on Hansen. He's going to get a good run and have a charge off of 2.
Riley Mercer blows it off the top of 1 and 2, and that 88 Connor Ross. That's an old Steve Poirier top wing, Greg.
That is very old. That's some faded orange Dayglow.
Yeah. So the B-Main bandit up to the 2nd spot. He was really hoping to drop that moniker, too. Mobil 1 white flag, 1 lap to go.
It's been all Ryan Fraser in the 94. Ross right there in that 2nd spot trying to close the gap and take the B-Main victory. Final time through 3 and 4.
He puts on the effort in 3 and 4. Too little, too late. Ryan Fraser takes the win. Ross comes home 2nd. Nico Hansen, Broden Weiler, Brian Nanakoke, Jeremy May, Kiana Teal, Logan Ferguson, Riley Merson, and Brandon Zabeski on the outside looking in.
Yeah, Mercer spun it around in corner number 2. Final lap of that last chance qualifier. And it is going to be declared official, checkered and yellow, so teams called to the pit area. That yellow flag came out just as the checker was coming out, but it is deemed complete. We'll take a quick break, be packed, and ready to go with our first feature of the night.
Raw horsepower, built on dirt. This is the world of Outlaws.
The greatest show on dirt.
Crossing the border to Ohsweken Speedway, July 21st and 22nd.
Christopher David Bell. He's 4 years old. What have you started?
Go, Christopher, go!
Oh, Christopher Bell has taken the lead. What a finish!
He's done it again! Bell has driven to victory again! How about that?
That check is for $1 million.
When every mile matters, where will your journey take you? When it's planned properly, a renovation feels easy. Everything's decided in your space. You see it, you're sure, and you move forward. The work flows, the details land, and it comes together without the back and forth. That's how we do it at Blue Canoe. Clear process, quality work, done right.
The FanView Big Screen is proudly supported by Creekside Construction. Fans in attendance can catch every lap, replay, and close call on the FanView Big Screen all season long. Thanks to Creekside Construction for helping bring fans closer to the action at Ohsweken Speedway. Welcome back on G-Force TV. Greg Kellman along with Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey. Adam, you got a note?
Yeah, well, we've got a second. Congratulations to Adrian Staley. Not here tonight in the crate sprint because he's running an ISMA Super Modified at Delaware, and he won his heat race. Good job, Adrian.
Just a bit of a pace session here for the 360 teams. Remember, the track was vastly different in their qualifying heats. Dave Hunsinger, race director, says he's going to give him a few laps under green here to experience the changes we made. So then we'll rack them up and get ready with the starting lineup, guys. So they've got a few hot laps here to figure out what we're giving them.
Oh, Corey Turner with problems on the 39 does not get fired, and he is rolling slow through corner number 2. Not sure what the issue was there. Definitely a heartbreaker. Won his qualifying heat earlier on tonight and has been strong this year. Dixieland Grill caution flag back out there. You see Carter, the starter, atop the Cedar Springs Landscaping starter stand. Locked and ready to go with tonight's main event for the Southern Ontario Sprints. Here's the Creative Edge signs and graphics starting lineup for tonight's 25-lap main event. On the pole out of Port Colborne of the 5D, it's Jacob Dykstra alongside from Freelton, the 12 Double D, it's Darren Dryden. Lining up third out of Scotland, the 47X is D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook into his outside. In the fourth spot, car number 39, Corey Turner out of Tilsonburg. Starting in fifth from Scotland, the 87XS is Skylar Evans. Going sixth out of Beamsville, the 88H is Josh Hansen. Starting in seventh, car 7, Eric Gledhill out of Thamesford. And going eighth out of Caister Center, the 11 is Jamie Turner. Ninth starting position belongs to Ryan Turner from Dunville. 10th goes to DJ Christie in car number 5 out of Beachville. In the 11th spot, it's Aaron Turkey in the 68 out of Ohsweken. 12th from Grimsby, car number 90, Travis Cunningham. In the 13th spot from Dunville, the 46 is Kevin Pauls. 14th is Tricky Nick Sheridan out of Mount Bridges in the 45. Starting in 15th from Grand Island, New York, the 21 is Kyle Phillips. 16th, the 0C of Cole McDonald from Caledonia. Lining up 17th out of Ohsweken, the 77T is Tyler Palace. 18th out of Ohsweken, the Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Stiers in car number 0. Going 19th out of Port Lambton, the 28K is Tate O'Leary. And in the 20th spot from Ohsweken, the 77E is Ashton Van Every. Going 21st out of Drummondville, Quebec, in car number 12, it's Alex Bergeron. And in the 22nd and final starting position here tonight from Wilsonville, the 94X, Scott Hall. Southern Ontario Sprints brought to you by Nitro 54 Variety, title sponsor for the Tour in 2026. This is leg number 1 of the Triple Crown for the SOS here this season. It's $3,000 to win here tonight. And the SOS also want to thank Tammy 10 Media, Ackland Insurance, and Hoosier Tire Canada for presenting the Tour here this season. Mobile 1 white flag goes up in the air. Next time by, we're going to be going green flag racing for 25 laps.
Greg, are you saying that race 3 is the third leg?
Ba-dum-bumch. Ready to go. First SOS race of the season. Jacob Dykstra, Darren Dryden on the front row. Carter Long, double greens in hand. Strickland GMC Pace Truck pulls off on the back stretch. First feature of the night, it's 25 laps the distance. Round number 1 for the Southern Ontario Sprints.
Wow, Look at DJ Christie up the middle, that bright yellow wing on the number 5. Good start for him, but not as good as Jacob Dykstra in the 5D, who leads the way.
And close action all through the pack here on lap number 1 at the front. Dylan Westbrook to the inside of Jacob Dykstra. He'll inch ahead as they come off of corner number 4. Slides up in front of Dykstra. He leads the lap.
Wow, Dykstra tried to go to the inside. Westbrook closed that door. Darren Dryden going to close in on that 5D, but Dykstra was able to get a good run off the corner. Eric Gladhill, and basically a borrowed car from DJ Christie and that team, doing a good job in the number 7.
Jacob Dykstra, Darren Dryden going back and forth. Good 3-car battle. A couple of cars behind them with Skylar Evans, Josh Hansen, and Corey Turner going back and forth. That's the battle right now for the 5th spot.
Deep in the field, it's still hot and heavy out there. Tyler Powell is actually making some moves, closes in on the back of Aaron Turkey. Might have made contact down into turn number 1. And look at what Dylan Westbrook is driving in towards. Tate O'Leary, Bergeron, Stiers, Cole McDonald. It's a flurry of activity.
Leader into heavy traffic right now, Tate O'Leary. Gets put a lap down. Alex Bergeron right in front of the race leader, Dylan Westbrook. Jacob Dykstra keeping pace with him pretty well. He's about 10 car lengths back right now. 2 lap cars between he and the red flag is out. Big crash up in 1 and 2.
I believe that's Kevin Pauls and Aaron Turkey.
RaceMed will quickly get on the scene there as both cars up and over and puts us under the red flag with 7 laps on the board and 18 still remaining.
Crews immediately to the scene of these drivers. We're working on lap 8. They're going to get Aaron Turkey back upright. That beautiful new look 68 car.
Kevin Pauls, definitely some heavy damage to the nose and top wing of that car.
Yeah, the Pauls car's got all kinds of damage, guys, as you can imagine. He is done in that one, and then Aaron Turkey's going to be done. And Jack, I can show you why I know Aaron Turkey's going to be done. All the torsion arms are broken. The rear end tore out of this car. Here, right here, suspension broken off. All the rear torsion arms taken out of this car. Back, rear end all twisted up. So big problems here for Aaron Turkey. The left side of the car is all beat up as well, guys. And, of course, this Pauls machine right behind us, Jack, is a disaster as well. Kevin Pauls with all kinds of issues here on his low-budget team. They'll take a moment to get him out of the 46 under his own power as well as he takes the balaclava off, guys. But what a wild ride down here.
We have a look at the replay. Pauls got out of shape down into turn 1 in the ruts. And I dare say, Clinton, that's probably the worst way to flip, like end over end with those hard landings every time you land. If we have another look at that, you're going to see the way the 46 car, spectacular flips, Greg, don't always hurt that much. You have to look at how the cars land. So we see Paul's down into 1, gets out of shape. Now watch this. Up in the air. That's a hard landing. So is that. There you go, folks. Kevin Pauls climbing out of that car. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Yeah, Kevin catching his breath here.
All of the equipment that is designed to protect you from serious injury can also help knock the breath out of you when you have those landings.
Kevin walking back on his own power. Catching his breath, as you can imagine. We'll get his safety gear out of the way, and then we'll bring Justin Case in there to do what it's got to do. Kevin Pauls walking back on his own power. He'll walk over to have a word with Aaron Turkey. Both drivers okay, having a word there, and we will work on cleanup here.
I'd be interested. I mean, Aaron was really an innocent bystander.
Aaron, what happened here? Obviously, Adam, I didn't see the replay. Adam said you might have been an innocent bystander. What's your take?
Yeah, I just went to go hit the high side there in turn 1, and unfortunately he hit the hole, but I mean the track's big enough so everybody can get through it, but you hit it wrong and it will send you up, so I was just happened to be right there, and I just seen his right side arm guard, and I knew I was going for a ride, and it just dug in kind of weird, so kind of rocked me there a bit, but again, just thank to all my supporters each and every year for getting me out here, and my crew for all their hard work. Unfortunately, we got to go back to the shop and build another one, but I think we're in good shape.
All right, thanks for talking to us, Aaron. Go rest up. Aaron Turkey, everybody, he's all right as well. Now we'll go to work on getting his car off the bale here and see what we can't do to get this race restarted.
A lot of money being spent tonight here on bent up race cars, wings.
Yeah, it all costs money. It's an expensive hobby, habit, addiction. Let's have one more look at what went down there in turn number 1. See Paul's. And I mean, Paul was having a good run. He was battling there between Jamie Turner and Aaron Turkey, and same thing with Turkey. The car goes up and has that real hard landing, and it jolts every part of you.
So we'll get these cars off the track. Kenny Upel push team getting in order. We'll take a quick break and be back with the remainder of the feature event.
Lockhart's Odyssey is BRP's newest marine dealer for the legendary Alumacraft fishing boats, the luxurious Manitous, and the affordable Sea-Doo Switch pontoons. Come aboard our new outdoor showroom, located here in Cortland at Lockhart's Odyssey, your BRP superstore.
Looking for a new race or cargo trailer? Welcome to Kemp Motorsports. Kemp Motorsports specializes in top quality race and cargo trailers from United, Wells Cargo, and Hallmark. From our best-selling Rev Series up to custom 53-foot goosenecks and stackers. We have a huge selection in stock or ready to custom order. With top brands, great selection, and over 30 years experience, stop by and see why Kemp Motorsports is your #1 race trailer dealer. Find us online at kempmotorsports.ca.
Back at Ohsweken Speedway as the wreck is almost finished being cleared. The Kenny Upel push truck team getting the rest of this field fired off and ready to go. They're going back a lap, so it'll be 19 laps left to go in this one. 6 complete. Corey Turner getting pushed off. Ryan Turner just below him. Already ready to go. I want to thank PLAZEK Auto Recyclers, BRAEMAR Building, tonight's race night sponsors here at the Big O. We've got a moment. I want to thank Lockhart's Odyssey for delivering us those beautiful buggies. Clint's buggy that he rides around in, the Race Med crew. Quick to these accidents. There you see Clint and Jack. And the Lockhart's Odyssey, Clint's buggy. Even got his name on it. I'm going to scratch our names in the desk up here next week. But, well, I shouldn't say it that way. Not like Adam plus Greg or anything.
And then, yeah, that got weird. And then light a match.
Well, that's for someday when Jack and McLean are up here replacing us. They can remember who was up here before them. You know, those two old guys.
Waldorf and Stadler.
Problems for Cole McDonald in the Corpac Merchandising 0C. It looks like it's an issue with his belts maybe or safety gear. So Chris Long's down there giving him a hand. And then he'll get pushed off. And ready to go. Cole gives the big thumbs up.
Yeah, Cole McDonald pulled over, said he had a loose belt, showed it to the official. He'll get his spot back and they'll push him on.
Just getting the car locked into gear there. Sometimes you got to rock them back and forth, and McDonald will get pushed off. So there was some excitement earlier on between Jacob Dykstra and Josh Hansen. I think that qualifying heat earlier on might have led to some hard feelings, Greg. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on that. Clint?
I happened to be at the Tech Barn post heat, and yeah, there was some words exchanged. Hard racing on the track. The concern we have is what happens outside the track gates, meaning between the track surface and the Tech Barn. So both teams had a talking to, and I think we learned our lesson.
I'll bet you they didn't. They're bluffing.
I bet you they didn't either, but at least we felt good telling them how it had to be.
Right, you have to lay down the law, but...
One team said you're getting excited. I said, no, I actually like this part of the game, so we can do it all night if we have to.
Right?
All right, white flag displayed. Next time around, we'll get back at it with 19 laps left to go. Carter, the starter, with the best seat in the house.
He's normally hanging over the edge of it.
Yeah. I'm never, ever going to get used to that. Coming back to the green flag through the WG Truck Center restart zone. Dylan Westbrook, Jacob Dykstra. Bringing us back to the green flag. Jacob Dykstra has been extremely fast here tonight in that 5D.
Had a good week last week as well. Clean start. Ryan Turner and DJ Christie battling side by side. Jacob Dykstra goes to throw a slider on Westbrook. Wasn't quite close enough to make it stick.
Dykstra really goes up the hill in corner number 2. Closing the gap is Darren Dryden in the 12 DT. He's going to look down to the inside of Dykstra off of corner 4. Dykstra will hold down the second spot.
He'll tuck back in line and drive to the inside of 1 and 2. Dykstra way up on the high side of turn number 2. They are fairly evenly matched in the early going of this one.
It's all Dylan Westbrook. Jacob Dykstra, Darren Dryden, running 1 and second and third. Then Corey Turner again with another solid run in the 4th spot. Eric Ledhill after that hard crash, running in the 5th spot. He had that hard crash last week.
Jamie Turner, after having a great run in his qualifier earlier on, has called it a night in that 11 car out in front. Dylan Westbrook leads the way, but you mentioned earlier, Greg, he's just not really driving away yet. He's got a lead, but one bobble and Jacob Dykstra will be right there.
Westbrook laps Tate O'Leary. Up next will be Cole McDonald in the 0C. And yeah, Jacob Dykstra is just keeping pace right now. He's 1.1 seconds off the back end of Westbrook. Westbrook really got caught up there.
And that's all it takes is one situation where Westbrook goes low and Dykstra stays high, or vice versa, and that can close that gap right back up.
Yeah, gained 0.4 of a second that time, but now Dykstra's going to give it away up in corner 2.
Gave some of that back for sure, but still has the leader in his sights. Westbrook comes off at turn number 4. Slower traffic in his midst once again. He's going to drop to the inside of Glenn Stiers in the 0.
Yeah, he gave all that 0.4 right back in corner number 2 that time. He'll have another try down in 3 and 4 as Westbrook works around Stiers. He's got Van Every and Bergeron directly in front of him.
Westbrook stays to the outside. Dykstra is closed in on Stiers, but it's tough to go to the outside of Glenn Stiers when that's where he's running. He's going to try it, though, in 3 and 4.
Oh, Dykstra squeezes it against the wall on the front stretch. Almost lost it in 2. He is driving the wheels off this thing trying to catch D-Dubs.
He's keeping pace with Westbrook right now. Less than 10 laps. Oh, hard into the wall. Goes Dykstra. He is upside down and over.
That thin line up in corner 4 came up and bit Jacob Dykstra, grabbed him off the track. slung him into the hay bales off of corner 4, and upside down he goes in a violent crash for Jacob Dykstra.
So they wait until the driver gives the all okay signal before they get the car back on its wheels. You don't want to cause any further injury. Let's look at this on the Creekside screen. Just one bobble there in the 4th turn, and
what a shame. He was keeping pace with Dylan Westbrook. Clint?
He's got his helmet off. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, out of the car under his own power. A great sight for what we know is going to be a super dejected Jacob Dykstra, defending crate champ.
Jacob gently putting his safety gear back into the car. We'll see if he wants to have a word with Clinton. A great couple of weeks up to that point.
Jacob, this car is the best of 360 look before that turn 4. You were keeping pace with West. What happened here in turn 4?
I got into Glen going down the front stretch, and I don't know if the left rear was just going flat or I don't know what happened, but I got into 3 and it just wouldn't turn and jumped the top and got into the hay bales. But it's a shame. You got to run the same lap every time when lap cars are coming, but it is what it is. It was a beautiful race car, and it's now destroyed.
Appreciate your time, Jake. It was a fast car tonight, guys. For the contenders here, defending crate champion.
I wonder if something was broke on the front end. Like, look at how the front end basically split in half there, the front axle, Greg, because it looked like all the tires were inflated, but there could have been something amiss there because Dykstra had been hitting his marks every corner. Look at what's left of that front end.
Yeah, guys, this is not a great look here for the 5D, as you can imagine. Tough break for them here, as this thing's going to go off on just in case, and it is destroyed. The front end, the left rear, and a whole bunch of other problems here on the Dykstra 5D.
Let's have another look here.
Once you get off the banking, and that's what happened to Dykstra there, that one bobble gets them up to the flat of the track. It's very hard to slow that car down before it hits the hay bales there. All the safety equipment did what it's supposed to do. Even that front axle braking like it did, all of that dissipates the energy. When a car stays in one piece, that means the driver is taking the brunt of the impact.
Well, he was putting on a show. He was a second back behind Westbrook and keeping pace. He had closed the gap to within 7/10 there at one moment, but Jacob Dykstra not ending the night the way he would want to. He's got a big contingency of fans that are probably heartbroken here tonight. What a run for Jacob Dykstra. They'll be back, no doubt.
He's an exciting young driver.
Oh, yeah.
You know, great to have on the roster.
And so is his dad, Dave Dykstra, over the years. Just fun to watch. Always successful.
Always racing hard.
So the Kenny Upol push truck team gets everyone fired off and going here, and we'll line things back up now with 9 laps left to go. Their first feature event of the night. Up next will be the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks, followed by the Crate Sprints, and we'll close tonight with the vintage cars. Kyle Phillips getting a push off, one of our New York State regulars.
He's lost a half a step from what he looked like on opening night, hasn't he? He finished 4th on the first night of the year.
He's up there at 9th. I thought he was looking pretty good tonight, actually. I have to disagree with you there.
Maybe my expectations are higher than they should be. I mean, he's very young still. Always impressive. I'm impressed by his energy. Real high-energy kid.
The one guy that hasn't moved that I thought would, Nick Sheridan, back in 11th, has just not been able to make his way up through the field. Just outside of the top 10 right now.
And Tate O'Leary, despite being at the back of the field, looks faster than he has been.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the car sounds good. It looks like he's having an easier time controlling it, like he's got a good setup under it. And sometimes that's what it takes. Like if you don't know what you don't know, you can't make it better. But that car looks better, and good for him because he does support a number of our shows here.
And he travels.
Yep.
Right? That's not a short drive for him to get to the races. Wasn't a short drive for Alex Bergeron either.
No. We'll stack things back up again. Dylan Westbrook now will have to deal with Darren Dryden. Good to see Eric Gledhill running up in that fourth spot here tonight. He ended our feature last Friday night with a wild crash up in corner number 1, and then the rains came. Solidly right now inside the top 5.
I'm curious to see. I mean, Corey Turner has had some good nights this year. Had some speed in that 39. Ryan Turner and DJ Christie have been battling back there just outside the top 5. See if this shakeup at the front of the field gives anyone new the opportunity to come up and battle for the win.
'53 career Ohsweken Speedway wins for Dylan Westbrook. For 54 tonight, but that's not the big milestone he's looking for.
Pretty cool that almost half of his 360 wins have been on the road. So white flag is displayed. The field doubles up. And slows to a snail's pace.
Have a look at the field as they come towards the Duke Electric camera perch down there in corner 3, ready to go to the WG Truck Center restart zone with 9 laps left to settle this. Dylan Westbrook, Darren Dryden will bring us back to the green flag.
Boy, did things get crowded on the front straightaway. Nick Sheridan with a big run to the outside in that red number 45. Westbrook out in front.
Yeah, I just talked about Nick Sheridan not moving forward. Meyer back in the 11th spot, and on that restart, he has made some moves in that number 45.
Eric Gledhill holding down that 3rd spot in the number 7. Corey Turner, though, I don't think we've seen the last of him. He's going to fight back in the 39.
So it's Westbrook, Dryden, Gledhill, and Sheridan out of nowhere up to the 4th spot. Corey Turner riding in position number 5. Ryan Turner in 6th.
Dylan Westbrook using the outside groove in 3 and 4, the inside groove in 1 and 2. Darren Dryden basically doing the opposite. Well, this time, more of the same.
5 laps left to go, says Carter Long atop the Cedar Springs Landscaping starter stand, waving at these drivers as they go by. Dylan Westbrook through 3 and 4 another time. Only 4 now to go.
Darren Dryden is keeping about the same gap that Jacob Dykstra had when Westbrook was leading earlier, but he's got Eric Gledhill closing in and slower traffic. This race is far from over, Greg.
Last lap, Corey Turner got back by Nick Sheridan, so put Sheridan back to the 5th spot, Corey up to 4th.
It's going to be tough for him to close in, although Eric Gledhill has lost Darren Dryden, now dropping back towards Turner in the 39 as we've got 2 laps to go.
Dylan Westbrook, 2 more circuits around looking for win number 100. Darren Dryden sits in the 2nd spot. Eric Gledhill running 3rd. Corey Turner closing in on him.
Turner is all but doing a wheelie down the front stretch with the wing cocked back as far as it is.
Mobile 1 white flag is out. Dylan Westbrook sails it down the backstretch for the final time through 3 and 4. And as he comes off the 4th corner, it's win number 100 for D-Dubs. Dylan Westbrook wins at Ohsweken.
Darren Dryden comes home 2nd. Eric Gledhill 3rd. Corey Turner, Nick Sheridan, Ryan Turner, DJ Christie, Josh Hansen, Skylar Evans, and Kyle Phillips.
Dylan Westbrook gets it done. Win number 54 at Ohsweken. More importantly, 100 behind the wheel of a 360 sprint car. He'll head down to Slack Lumber Victory Lane. Darren Dryden, Eric Gledhill will be down there with him on the podium as Dylan Westbrook picks up the Southern Ontario Sprints A main feature win.
Peter Turford walking out with his head higher than it was earlier. That was a good feature event for the SOS Sprints and a $3,000 win for Dylan Westbrook.
And Westbrook's going to celebrate down here in Slack Lumber Victory Lane. The team bringing the banner over to celebrate 100 career 360 sprint car wins. D-Dubs gets it done. Lone Wolf Fireworks will light up the sky as the DW team head over here to celebrate. Let's send it down to Slack Lumber Victory Lane with Clinton Jeffrey.
Thanks a lot, Greg. The crew coming out excited, as you can imagine. And what a recovery for the other two drivers. Darren Dryden and Eric Gledhill ended up on a box last week, so good for them to recover here with a good run. They wait for him to get out. The winningest 360 driver in the history of Ohsweken Speedway, and the winningest maybe of all time here, guys. Let's have a word and a round of applause for Dylan Westbrook. Get the Who's Your Neck band. He'll get in there. Dad up to greet him. How about it, fans? 100 strong! Dylan, congrats. This has got to be a special moment, and I know it may not mean a lot right now, but this is one you're going to look back on one day and talk about it. 100 wins here, and for a lot of us, we remember when you took your first 360 race and nearly won that one, and you've never let up. What does it mean to be the winningest 360 driver in the history of the place and to get to 100 feature wins in the 360s?
It's great. Like I can't believe it. I know we've been doing really good, and just didn't really think we'd ever get to 100 when we first started here. But yeah, I can't do it without all the crew, family, friends, Miles, everyone, all the sponsors, everyone who helps out there. Without them, I wouldn't even be on the track. So it's not just me; it's a little bit everyone.
Talk about tonight's race. The track had a bit of character. We worked on it at intermission. Did it change it a lot? Did it improve it? What were your thoughts on the track conditions for your feature tonight?
I liked it. I mean, I know some people probably don't because it's a little bit rough, but it just gives a little bit of character. And then with the weather that they had this week, with the rain and stuff, there's not really all that much you could do. But I think it put on for a good race. Could see a couple slide jobs coming at me, and had to go through the bump. It wasn't just around the top like sometimes. So I think it was a really good track. Solid drive, Dylan. Congrats once again. Thank you. He makes us proud week in and week out, everybody. Dylan Westbrook gets 100 feature wins in the 360. Let's get over here and talk to Darren Dryden. They're going to come in and talk to him. But, Darren, let's talk about your drive. What a recovery for both you and Eric Gledhill, the two cars that got destroyed last week. This has got to feel good.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we rebuilt the whole car Sunday, Monday, and had it ready to go on Tuesday. And just phenomenal that we're able to come back out and, put us back on the concrete pad here.
You know, the track had a bit of character, as we said. Is that something that still excites you after last week? Are you like, smooth this place out?
Honestly, I love it when there's character. I find it separates the men's from the boys, and honestly, you just had to get up on it tonight, and these are the track conditions we love, and we shined last time when it was here, and a few laps there, I felt like I was inching towards Dylan, and a few laps he would get me, and it was just so close, and it's tough, but it's good to get second for sure.
Great recovery, Darren. Congrats.
Thank you.
Darren Dryden comes back to second place. Dylan Westbrook will get the king. And the other guy who had a heck of a redemption, Eric Gledhill, let's talk about your driveway. I talked to you in the pits today. We see your daughter racing on Thursdays, but tell about this car. You were done last week, but you had a motor, and these guys wouldn't let you quit, right?
Yeah, I can't thank the boys at the shop enough. Everyone hustled so much. I really got a huge thanks to DJ and Jay Christie. If it wasn't for them, they brought a car out Monday night and said, "You're not done. Let's put this thing together." Nathan, Jamie, Daniel, my dad, everybody, we hustled all week just to get this thing back together. So I got to thank Legacy Holdings, Nathan Ackland Insurance, MJ Trucking, Silverthorne Enterprises, D&O Towing. Without them guys, we definitely wouldn't be here. And thanks to all the fans for coming out tonight. And one last thanks to my wife and kids that have let me leave for the week. So.
Right on, Eric. Congrats. Great recovery. All hail King Westbrook as we get ready to go to commercial break. We've got 3 features to come. Hang out. We are not done here at the Big O as Westbrook celebrates win 100. We'll be right back.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
What in the actual Our company is going bankrupt because of this deal. Buy a Total Wash Cannon Kit and get 3 extra bottles for free. Oh man, this stuff just sprays on, melts the mud, and rinses off with no need to scrub. We even tested it against one of the most popular cleaners out there, and this is what happened. They didn't stand a chance. You know, sooner or later, we're going to have to take this deal down. So, if you're on the fence, you're going to want to grab this deal now at the QR code below.
For over 30 years, WG Truck Center has been a place where pride lives in the details. Every weld, every repair, every build. And it's our people that make it matter. The ones who take ownership, who work as a team, and who see the future in every truck that rolls out. It's not just a place to work, it's a place to grow while you build something that lasts. WG Truck Center, built by people who care.
Welcome back to Ohsweken Speedway, where G-Force TV presents Friday Night Excitement. 1 feature down, 3 more features to go. Up next is 20 laps for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks. Here's how they're going to line up. On the pole from Waterdown, the 51D is Dylan Peckham. Keith Dale starts second from Niagara Falls in the 26. Third from Six Nations, the 44B of Bella General. Fourth is the 43C of Clinton Nichols from Hamilton. Fifth, it's Mike Klazinga from Hagersville in the 93K. Sixth out of Ohsweken, the 81 is Brando Green Stiers. Seventh from Brantford is the 13 of Casey Huffman. Eighth out of Hamilton, the 62 is Brian Passetti. Ninth from Canfield, it's the 03 of the Gun Show, George Grossel. And in 10th, it's Mikey Bobby, Mike Thorne from Caledonia in the 55. 11th from Burlington, Ron Logie in the 97. 12th from Thorold, it's Go Fast Teeple in the 11. 13th is the 8 of Ryan Dinning from Hagersville. 14th out of Harley, it's Rob Hoskins in the 37. 15th from Port Robinson, the 108 is Zach Bleach. 16th from Hagersville, the 23 is Trevor DeBoer. 17th, it's Kyle Wirtz in the 19. 18th, the 84 RK of Ryan Beagle. 19th is Dave Bailey in the 49. 20th is Corey McAllister in the 71. 21st is Kyle Andrus in the 43. 22nd, the 69G is Brian General. 7K is Kevin Kokrick. The M1 is Rob Murray. And in the 427, it's Smokey Tim Phelan. Let's give you your ones to watch. The 93K is Mike Klazinga. And the 13 with the biggest cheering section here tonight is Casey Huffman starting 5th.
That's your Bradshaw Brothers ones to watch as we come to the green flag for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock main event.
Good launch for Klazinga down low. He's going to lead Peckham off of turn number 2, even though Keith Dale really trying to help Peckham down the backstretch.
Klazinga and Peckham door to door as they work off the 4th corner. Really see these cars bumping and juking through the corners as they come off and down the straightaways and then get back into those corners. Some of those character spots really show with these big V8 stock cars.
Dave Bailey up into the top 10. Ryan Beagle just outside of the top 10. We always keep an eye on the 49 and the 84 since they win the majority of these races. But their time is coming, and it's going to be a night just like this when there's just not a lot of racetrack to work with. Look at how fast the cars ahead of Dave Bailey are in that 49.
We know a few of those drivers in front of them can get it done, and that 97 machine of Ron Logie is one of them. Mike Lazinga still looking for that first feature win, but boy, tonight would be the night for it. It would be a great night for it.
Sure would. Casey Huffman looking for his first podium run in that 13 machine. I believe he's never had a podium. As Dylan Peckham, tough break, the 51 pulls off. Problem for Zach Bleach on the back straightaway as he slows.
Yeah, it looks like he might bring out the Dixieland Grill caution flag as he creeps to a halt down to the middle portion of corner number 3. The field will slow down.
It looks like his left rear is coated. I believe that would be rear end grease. So if he's, okay, no, it's flat, so that's why it's shiny. It's rubbing on the wheel, I think. Is that flat, Greg?
I'm just having fun listening to you.
I'll keep having
a discussion with yourself.
Listen, turn your microphone off. I'm done talking to you. He's got a flat right rear, but why is the left rear so shiny on the outside? It's only flat on the bottom.
I was waiting for one of you to make a decision.
I appreciate the runway you gave me to work with there.
Well, that's a heartbreaker for Zach Bleach, one of our front runners with problems here early.
So he'll head off to the pits. That's one pit stall we can almost see from here.
He comes in 5th place in points, so definitely wants to get back out there if possible.
At the end of the night, it's one pit stall you can hear because they play their music the loudest.
I just want to talk about the Plazinga 93. As you recall, this is our new test engine up here leading. This is an LS 4.8 liter motor, about half the cost of the crates. And Mike is the first test pilot. And this is going to be, a good run for Mike. He's already shown it. He said he learned a couple things at Merrittville last week. And this could be the future as this class, or at least we're talking about it. So we'll see what Plink can do. Want to send a shout out to Dale Strout, who watches us every week at home and is part of this program, helping us figure it out. And the 93 looking pretty good tonight, guys.
He is, so Clinton, I've got to ask, what happens if he wins? Is he still the winner?
No, he's not.
Okay.
We'll move top 3 up. Mike understands the deal. We'll talk about that a bit further. Here we go.
So because it's a test program, there's got to be some sacrifices made, and that's basically what he sacrifices, points and official finishes. But you better believe if he crosses the finish line first, he'll be pretty pumped up.
Ron Logie is going to slip ahead of him in that 97 machine and become your new race leader.
Battle is on for the 3rd spot. Ryan Denning on the inside of Casey Huffman in that 13. Huffman slides up the hill. It's going to open the door to lots of them as the yellow flag comes out for Kevin Kochrick up in turn number 4. That was a well-timed yellow flag for Casey Huffman. He was about to lose, I think, 3 spots in that lap.
Just having a look at the record books here. Ron Logie won on June the 14th of 24. It's almost 2 years to the date.
And I think hats off to Zach Bleach's crew because I think they got him out on the lead lap.
Yeah, they're playing with danger, though. Bringing out intentional yellows was right on the verge of that. I want to talk about Corey McAllister here in this 71 car. Just bought it from the Miller team down at Buxton. Corey is an asphalt standout. His son, Kane, has been cleaning up here on the Thursday night program so far. Corey has decided to try one on the dirt. Adam, you know Corey. We see him a lot on the pavement stuff. Going dirt racing tonight. We'll see what happens. He drove Ryan Denning's car at the last Thunderstock race of the year. Said, I got to get one.
Now he looks right at home out there. Said this is as excited as he's been for a race day in quite a while. So clearly they've got the right side door off of one of his pavement cars, but the left side door is not.
Dixieland Grill caution flag remains out with 15 laps left to go. Still to come, the crate sprints, as you can see them getting lined up over on the push-off track. Clint?
Good to see Kevin Kokrick back here. He's got trouble here on the outside of turn 4. That's why we're trying to hitch him up. But he raced here a lot in the years. Good to see him back, coming back here tonight. Obviously not the way he wanted to leave Ohsweken, on the hook.
Clinton Nichols having a good run as well on the 43C. Do you think anybody PVR'd the Team Canada soccer game?
You're looking to see it when you get home?
No.
Didn't think so. Let's talk about Klazinga. Klazinga wins. This test package, Mike gets a couple pit passes per week and a guaranteed payout no matter where he finishes as we test the deal. So Mike would get his checkered flag, he'd get the trophy, he'd get the accolades, but in the official rundown, payout, and point standings, he would be removed because he has an engine that is not acceptable in the class rules. But as we test it, we needed to test it in real-world situations against real racers in real race situations, as we said. So that's what we're doing here.
So even though he doesn't get the points, would he park on the podium and have his interview?
Heck yeah. We're
okay, good.
Heck yeah.
When you said that, that wasn't what I thought the deal was. And I thought, okay, that's a bummer because you want to be celebrated. And we have watched this all year long. It is no advantage. And that's ideally, you don't want the motor to have an advantage. But if it's at par with the competition, that can be huge savings to these race teams.
Yeah, this engine package is about $6,000 to $6,500 out the door. Crate motors are easily over $10,000 now. So trying to cut the cost down and give these guys a future here in this class where car counts have been diminishing in this region. So just trying to keep it healthy and alive. Here we go, guys. Ready to go.
Back to the green flag through the WG Truck Center restart zone. Ron Logie back on it.
Man, Logie's car fires off well. I noticed that in his qualifier early on. He's really able to get up to speed in a hurry. About 6 car lengths out in front of Klazinga and Casey Huffman. Ryan Denning trying to squeeze his way in there as well.
Casey Huffman to the inside of the 8 machine, and right behind them, Dave Bailey. And that 49 has worked his way through the field up into the top 5. Ryan Beagle has not been able to move as far forward, sitting back in the 10th spot.
Denning just got bad loose there in turn number 2, cost him a couple of spots, but out in front it continues to be Ron Logie over Mike Klazinga with a gap back to Casey Huffman trying to hold off Dave Bailey.
Huffman goes up the hill. That opens the door for Dave Bailey. He'll slide on by in the 49, put him in the 3rd spot. Huffman back to 4th, Denning in the 5th position. And behind them, Trevor DeBoer, Clinton Nichols going at it side by side. Ryan Beagle's trying to take the high road around both of them.
Mike Klazinga closing the gap on Ron Logie out in front, the 93K. Inching closer to the 97 for the lead.
Off at corner 4 they work. Logie continues to lead, but there you can see from the Old Hickory Building's drone shot that Klazinga is right there.
And Casey Huffman isn't letting Dave Bailey get far away from him either. Huffman kind of losing the front end on corner entry.
So it's Logie who'll stretch his advantage a little bit that time around over Klazinga, Bailey, Huffman, Trevor DeBoer, and Ryan Denning. Ryan Beagle has not been able to get around these 2 drivers. Coming into tonight, Ryan Beagle held a 3-point lead over Bailey. So Bailey tonight has a chance to move back to the top of the pile.
Klazinga's car not cornering the way he would like it. He's having to steer a couple of times in the corners, but Ron Logie really not able to pull away from the 93K.
Through 3 and 4 another time. Ron Logie. This time by will complete lap number 12. Klazinga there and Bailey closing in quick. Casey Huffman about to have some company from Trevor DeBoer and Ryan Beagle as DeBoer is all over the back end of the 13. So good to see that yellow 13 at the front, running top 5 for all the years that he just was such a big supporter of this division, but not getting the finishes.
He has paid his dues. He's put in the work as well on that car in the shop. Dave Bailey has caught Mike Klazinga. We're about to have that 3-car battle at the front of the field, although I doubt Logie has felt any of that pressure just yet. No rear view mirrors in these cars. Driver can kind of glance out the driver's window in the corner, but I don't think they're close enough that he could hear them yet.
Yeah, a little bobble that time down in 3 and 4. That allowed Klazinga and Bailey to close the gap down the front stretch. Klazinga holding off Bailey. Bailey now will move to the outside. This time by, it'll be 5 laps to go.
Klazinga down low, goes up the racetrack trying to keep the power down, but Dave Bailey had already made his way around. He's got 5 more trips to try to wrestle the lead away from Ron Logie.
If you're on Ron Logie's team right now in the pits, this is going to be the longest 5 laps of your life. Ron doesn't know. He has no clue what's coming, but his team right now sure does, and it is Dave Bailey, the best of the best.
And Logie's not going to change his line or change his approach because he hasn't felt anybody yet. You usually, when you're leading the race, you try to leave a little bit in reserve, but you don't change what you're doing until someone shows a nose.
And there Dave Bailey will show the nose. They've got Rob Hoskins directly in front of them. Logie continues to lead. 3 laps left to go. Bailey up a lane trying to power around the outside of the 97 of Ron Logie.
Now Logie knows he was there. He could feel him last time, so he might change things up just a little bit, maybe drive a little harder, but side by side they go with 2 laps remaining.
Ron Logie pushed a little bit there in corner number 4, and Dave Bailey smooth and steady, straight right off the corner, and he will edge ahead down the back stretch.
Mike Klazinga hanging on to 3rd over Trevor DeBoer. Ryan Beagle looking for a lane, and he's going to try the middle.
Yeah, he'll move by Klazinga. Mobile 1 white flag out for Dave Bailey. Last time around for him. Logie holding right with him. Trevor DeBoer and Ryan Beagle fighting for that final podium spot.
Great battle for the 3rd spot. Dave Bailey just needs a clean turn 3 and 4 to take home the win. Who's going to round out the podium? Dave Bailey comes home the winner. Ron Logie's 2nd. Ryan Beagle pushes Trevor DeBoer right off the podium.
Mike Klazinga 5th, Casey Huffman 6th, Zach Bleach rallies back to 7th. Good job by him. Ryan Denning 8th, Keith Dale 9th, and Clinton Nichols completes the top 10, but it's that man right there, Brewster Baker. Dave Bailey picks up another win here at Ohsweken.
They're making them work for it. Without that yellow flag, I don't think Dave Bailey gets there.
No, I think he definitely needed that. They were having a hard time working through the field under the initial green flag, but methodically makes his way back to the front. Ryan Beagle rallies, keeps Dave Bailey in his sights. The points chase is going to be even tighter than it was coming into tonight, and it was 3 points apart between those two. Slack Lumber Victory Lane is where Dave Bailey is parked at. Lone Wolf Fireworks lighting up the sky, and we will send it down to Clinton Jeffrey to talk to Dave Bailey with career win number 56 now at the Big O.
He's got the helmet off already. He'll work his way out of the Queenston Chevrolet's number 49. We'll pull the Hans device off the back. He gets all the safety gear out, takes a big exhale, and here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, into Slack Lumber Victory Lane. How about it for Dave Bailey? Dave, Adam said, as you were coming here, if you didn't get that yellow, you might not have been able to make it. Did it help you with time tonight?
Obviously, anytime you can get the field bunch back up, it's always a help. But I don't know, what a fun race. I'm used up. The racetrack's pretty rough tonight, and we worked for that.
Going to the outside for the pass, that's not something. You guys are normally smooth on the bottom. We had to make it on the upstairs line tonight.
Well, you got to go where they ain't, and that's kind of what Beagle would have done to me, so it's nice that I got to do it to Ron.
Right on. Congrats. Dave Bailey picks up another win here at Ohsweken. We'll get in here and talk to Ron Logie. Ron, solid drive. I mean, you got to lose them before you can win them. You're back here racing again this year after a year off, and you almost had that one. When you get beat by Bailey, still something to be proud of.
Yeah, I got to give Dave props. I didn't even see him until he was right up beside me, so he came on quietly, and then I thought I had it.
And I got to thank him as well for the axle. In hot laps, my axle ripped out of the car, so he lent me the axle to get out here. So it's only fitting I let him win. No, just kidding. I just want to thank Steve Tomaski and Kyle Tomaski again for helping me, as they always do. Jason Tolton tonight for helping me get that axle changed so fast. My wife for letting me come out here and do this. My sister and everybody at home. And last but not least, Todd Gordon. He offered me a bunch of advice this week and that to get this car fixed up again. It was a long week getting this car back together. So it felt good.
Right on, Ron Logie second. Bailey's the winner. Get over here and talk to the big dog. Ryan, another drive here, man. You had to work for this one. You were almost off the podium tonight and headed home with a crying towel.
Yeah, I didn't think we were getting here tonight. About lap 10, I'm looking like this is going to be tough, but just kept picking away at it, and actually I moved my rub rail in the heat, and somehow it's back where it's supposed to be, so I'm happy about that.
No work to be done this week. How about top three tonight? The big dog, Ryan Beagle. Second, Ron Logie, and your winner tonight, Dave Bailey, gets it done. We got 2 features to come. We'll be right back live from Ohsweken Speedway.
It all started for us at the racetrack, from dirt to water. We have continued to keep the adrenaline and drive to make sure that we are always in the forefront. We are driven to give our customers the absolute best in service, products, and memories with your family. No matter what your passion is, whether it's on the water, in the dirt, on the snow, or on the road, we will always be here welcoming you over and over again through the doors here at Lockhart's. You're not just a customer here, you are part of our team.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Exciting news. Our Drive to Attract Talent campaign is revving up. We're tapping into the passion of auto enthusiasts to build a powerhouse team of forklift technicians. If you're into turning wrenches, solving challenges, and optimizing machinery, this is for you. Join us in bridging the gap between the auto and material handling worlds.
This bundle deal is going viral. It's a wash system that is completely touchless on mud and clay. You just spray it on, watch it dissolve the mud and grime, and then rinse it off. It worked really fast, but I still wanted to put it to the test. So I put it head-to-head against a name brand wash, and the results were shocking. Well, that's pretty clear. There's a limited time bundle for your first purchase. Using the QR code on screen when you buy this kit, you get an extra 3 bottles of wash for free. Don't miss this exclusive offer.
Back at Ohsweken Speedway with a great sprint car feature event. Creative Edge Science and Graphics starting a lineup with Adam Ross.
Here's how they will stack up for this feature event. On the pole from Georgetown, the 2M is Steve Murdoch, starting second from Mossley. It's Austin Rose in the 3S. Row 2 on the inside from Wilsonville, the 55 is Corey Whittam, and on the outside from Mississauga, it's the highlight man, Mac DeMann in the 4. Starting 5th from Waynfleet is Brett Stratford in the BS39. 6th out of Thamesford, Larry Gledhill in the 14. 7th from Caledonia, last week's winner, Liam Martin in the 9, and alongside him from St. Thomas, Jesse Costa in the 52. 9th out of St. Catharines, the 2S is Al Slate. 10th from Ancaster is Keegan Baker in the 16X. 11th from Hamilton, the 01K is Mikey Krutchka. 12th from Scotland, the 53 is Logan Schwedick. 13th out of Six Nations, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller in the 20. 14th from Ancaster is Trevor Young in the 51. 15th out of Brantford, Lance Erskine in the 48. And it's the 78 of Darren McLennan from Hamilton. Tyler LaFantasy drives the 96. He's from Thorold, and he'll start 17th. 18th from Ohsweken, it's Cam Thompson in the 28T. 19th from Baden, Travis Hofstetter in the 2. And 20th from Thamesford, it's Curtis Gartley in the 45. 21st from Rockwood, it's Ryan Fraser in the 94. 22nd out of Cambridge, it's Connor Ross in the 44. 23rd from Beamsville, Nico Hansen in the 27H. Alongside him in the 14B from Simcoe, it's Broden Weiler. 25th out of Ohsweken is Brian Nanakoke in the 9C. Alongside him from Hagersville, Jeremy May in the 36. And our final row on the inside from Hagersville is Kiana Teal in the 24K. And Logan Ferguson from Caledonia in the 89L.
Bradshaw Brothers ones to watch tonight. It's the entire row number 3. First off, the BS39, a Brett Stratford. Said if he timed the fastest and won the heat, he was going to win the feature. Well, he won his heat at least. We think he might be one of the ones to watch. And the other one, his row mate, car number 14, Larry Gledhill. He's been quick as well in that car number 14. We'll watch these two, the Bradshaw Brothers, ones to watch.
Just want to make a mention, Kevin Lovey's veteran chief has been hanging around the 39 tonight, guys, so we'll see if that develops into anything. Kevin Lovey's a lot of feature wins here with a lot of drivers trying to help out Stratford tonight.
Well, one thing we don't commend Brad Stratford on enough is the fact that he built that car himself at his home shop. And this is a little bit different than the design of most of these cars. So there's a couple of unique ideas that he's been working on, and Kevin Lovey's providing support. But how impressive is that to be able to work on and build your own stuff?
Glen Brantford Chevrolet crate sprint car feature comes to the green flag, and Steve Murdoch will rock it down into corner number 1.
28 cars power through 1 and 2. Darren McLennan picking up a couple of spots in that 78 as they're getting together on the backstretch.
We've got 2 cars over.
3 cars.
Jeremy May.
And I'm not sure how Jeremy May got into that.
We've got 2 in the infield and Brian Nanakoke.
Guys, it started up in turn 1. We got 1 backed into the fence in turn 1. Then we were getting ready to go yellow. And we ended up with this massive pileup, and we got 2 cars stacked on top of each other here on the back straightaway.
Going to have a look at this replay on the backstretch. Cam Thompson got mixed up.
Jeremy May clipped a piece of that, and that's what sent him over.
Yeah, Jeremy May was a second part of the wreck as Trevor Young is climbing out of that 51. We can see Jeremy May moving around a little bit in that 36 car.
Curtis Gartley on his side upside down here in the 45, guys, trying to get Trevor Young out of the way so they can pull this 51 off the top.
Man, Trevor Young have been doing so well this season.
There you see Jeremy May climbing out of the 36.
Trevor Young walking away on his own. Curtis Gartley sitting patiently here in the car as they try and get the 51 off of the 45.
Kind of an unusual.
I was just going to say, they're about as stacked up as I've ever seen them before. That's a weird.
Trevor, you okay? Are you okay, Trevor?
I'm good, yeah. He kind of came up under me, rolling, but I think if my car comes down, it might be good to go.
I think you might be right. The car looks intact here in the 51. We'll see what happens, guys. They got to gingerly get this out. Remember, Curtis Gartley is still sitting under the car.
Well, thankfully it's on his side for Curtis's sake, because I don't think he'd want to be upside down for any length of time.
No, I don't think so. Let's have another look at this replay from a different angle. So you saw Logan Ferguson back up into the wall. Doesn't look like significant impact up there for the 89L, and now we look again.
Both drivers out of the car. Curtis Gartley taking his helmet off here on the backside, so that's a good sign. Trevor Young is looking at the damage here, trying to figure out if he's going to be able to get back into this one or not. We also have Kiana Teal in the infield along with Brian Nanakoke, and they're dealing with the car already up in turn 1.
The front bumper is gone off the 51 of Trevor Young. That's not a big deal in a sprint car.
Here's the problem, though, guys. This is why he's not going to get in. The axle is out of the way, and the arm is not in the right place. So the front axle out of this car, Trevor Young will be done here, guys, unfortunately.
If that's all he comes away with, that was pretty fortunate for him. For as violent as all that was, I'm surprised how little damage there is on 51.
And if I'm Jeremy May, I'm like, what about me, guys?
Yeah.
It's lonely down here.
We head down here to check out the Jeremy May machine. Jeremy, tough break, all kinds of damage on the rear end of this car. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Bad night altogether. Made a mistake early. Put us deep in and nowhere to go coming out of the corner. Feel bad for all the guys. I got to thank all the sponsors, Matco Tools, Terry Mattice, Perry's Earthworks, Symington, Allure, Springview Farms, JLM, and Cosser Diesel for all their help on this, but she's might be junk. We'll see.
There you hear a dejected Jeremy May, guys. And Jack, let's look at this. Look at all these chunks down here, guys. A divot here. Divots up here. Brake rotor right here in the track.
He dug in hard. And Clinton, if people wonder why we go up to drivers who have just crashed, this is their moment. Like, Jeremy got the opportunity to thank the people that help him to get here and support his racing. And I would say these days we're about 50-50 on drivers and crashes, whether they want to talk or not. Yeah. But I firmly believe in giving them the opportunity to say a word.
This is going to be an extensive cleanup here. Obviously hard to get these two cars separated, so we'll take a quick break and be back here at Ohsweken Speedway.
Your mom got a new tractor? Yep. Can't she see in the dark? Can do. Hook up all the implements? Can do. Steer with ease? Can do. Bale hay all day? Can do. Shift like a race car? Can do. Keep a juice box cold? Can do. I'm out of here.
Kenny Hupel offers customers the opportunity to remove parts in our self-service yards at a fraction of the manufacturer's price. With new makes and models arriving daily, our yards are constantly restocked with new inventory. We aren't a typical auto parts yard. Open 7 days a week. Yes, even on Sundays. Our organized yards offer a seamless customer experience. Visit a Kenny Hupel yard near you today.
For over 80 years, Libro Credit Union has been a trusted financial partner, strengthening financial well-being. And through change, uncertainty, and opportunity, we've stood by you and with you. Join the nearly 120,000 Ontarians and over 12,000 local businesses choosing Libro, not just for banking, but for a better future. Bank local, support local, loyal to local.
Looking for a new race or cargo trailer? Welcome to Kemp Motorsports. Kemp Motorsports specializes in top quality race and cargo trailers from United, Wells Cargo, and Hallmark. From our best-selling Rev Series up to custom 53-foot goosenecks and stackers. We have a huge selection in stock or ready to custom order. With top brands, great selection, and over 30 years experience, stop by and see why Kemp Motorsports is your #1 race trailer dealer. Find us online at kempmotorsports.ca.
Welcome back to Ohsweken Speedway on G-Force TV as PLAZEK Auto Recyclers and BRAEMAR Building Systems presents Friday Night Excitement. There you see Trevor Young has lost something underneath his car. He's lost Curtis Gartley's 45. They've got them separated, and for as wild a ride as that was for the 51, he's in pretty good shape. Curtis Gartley, Jeremy May, not so much.
No, that's for sure, and there'll be some repairs to make on the front end of that 51, but all considered, I mean, both wings are still good. It's always about the driver. When the driver's okay, that's what we're happy about, but then you start adding up dollars and cents, and boy, I wish we had another angle of that to see why Cam Thompson's car jumped sideways like it did.
There's our first clear shot of Curtis Gartley's 45. Wow, that cage is bent pretty good right there, is it not? Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
So he took a pretty significant hit there in the rear end. The tail tank bent up.
Yeah, I saw that the rear bumper bent up. I think the tail tank is okay.
Man, that is a mangled top wing. We've seen a few tonight that are just shredded.
So Kiana Teal's car is back on the track. So is Brian Nanicoke. So Chris will be happy to see that. I'm sure he's watching down in Tennessee.
Still one feature to come. The vintage modifieds lined up and ready to go. We've still got this full feature. This happened at the drop of the green flag.
Yeah, we'll stack them back up again. Double file restart because it's a complete restart.
Shot of there from the Duke Electric camera perch. Safety crew gets it up there, Clint.
Yeah, they got everything picked up down here, guys. What a wild wreck for our safety crew to deal with. They had to crawl under the Gartley 45 to get him out of it as they were still stacked up. How about a hand for our safety crew working hard every week, everybody? They do a great job out here keeping all our drivers safe, and they are working hard tonight. We can certainly guarantee that.
You know who isn't?
Is it you, Greg?
It's us again.
Listen, I did 2 sponsor reads tonight.
Congratulations.
All by myself.
Was that on purpose, what you just said?
That's actually what Connor used to say.
Oh, yeah?
We did that for years. Why is it so cute when your kids are idiots when they're 4, but once they're in their 20s, it's not as cute anymore?
Oh, my. Kenny Upel push truck team getting these cars fired back up. There's last week's winner, Liam Martin.
A creative edge.
Beautiful looking car. There's the other 9, the 9C of Brian Nanico.
Yep. Canada Fuels has been on the side of that car as long as he's been racing here. Broden Weiler and Mikey Crutcher going to get pushed off here on the front straightaway. Tyler LaFantasy in that black number 96. Lance Erskine still waiting for his push down here towards the start-finish line. Then we got a few down in turn 1. Corey Whittam, Logan Ferguson, Larry Gledhill.
BS39, Brett Stratford on the Creekside Construction big screen. Darren McLennan's had a good solid night tonight at 78. The driver coming into his own in this division. And that's the thing. It's already a tough division, and then you get all these drivers that are just getting better and better and better. This is going to become the most competitive division in the area.
Yeah. You know what I don't hear, Greg? I don't hear anyone complain that they're having to race with Mac DeMann or Liam Martin or Mikey Krutchka. I'm hearing them complain, man, we need to find a bit more speed. I know we can race with these guys.
Yeah.
Logan Schwedick just bought a new trailer for that 53. Cam Thompson, have a look at that 28 as he comes around under yellow. Make sure everything looks to be where it's supposed to be. He was driving with Haley, DJD Graphics, or DJD Gear rather, number 28. Again, happy birthday, Hunter. In case you missed it earlier on, Cam's on the track now, so I'm sure you're watching.
We got the field stacked up. I believe everyone's pushed off now, ready to go.
The front of the field will be easy. Everyone just goes where they went the first time. I think Trevor Young and them were back in around the 15th spot or so, as Broden Weiler's car doesn't sound the healthiest out there in the 14.
Broden will find his starting spot. Well, Corey Whittam starting up there in that third spot. Heat race win tonight, the 55. So good to see.
It's always good to see new drivers in the mix at the front. You know, it was a big deal when Keegan Baker got his feature win last year. He became one of the players. Lance Erskine has been up there in the 48. There is just so many.
Lock, stock, ready to go. 2x2. Murdoch, Austin, Rose make up the front row. Carter, the starter. Green flag in hand. Let's try this one all over again. Oh, they get together on the start. That's going to bunch things up. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
Back to the Dixieland Grill caution flag.
And I don't get it because there's no need for it. It's lap 0.
Let's watch this again.
Oh, the way they hit. Austin Rose left rear got into the right front of Steve Murdoch and cranked Murdoch's tires all the way to the right.
Okay. All right. I guess we're not going to have a chance to look at it again. I wondered if Murdoch. No, okay.
So Murdoch didn't steer up there, but he was coming up a little bit.
Well, this is interesting. Take 3. Whittam and Rose now make up the front row. Murdoch, Demand, row 2. Wow, that was a close one, too.
They got way too close again, coming off of turn 4.
Oh, my. Oh, 4 wide off of 2 at the back.
Yeah, I saw that, too. Did not like it. At the front, though, Corey Whittam leads the way over Austin Rose, Steve Murdoch as they complete lap number 1.
Austin Rose to the outside of Whittam as they work down the backstretch. Steve Murdoch, the only driver in the place with a comfortable seat. He's got a big gap in front and behind. Everyone else is in traffic.
Yeah, it's a gaggle of traffic deeper in the field. Keegan Baker trying to pinch Al Slate down the racetrack just a little bit to battle for position. Deep in the top 10.
Right now it's all Austin Rose over Corey Whittam. Steve Murdoch running in the 3rd spot. McDeman, Brett Stratford 4th and 5th. Stratford trying to make a move on Demand. He'll get a little sideways there in 2.
Great battle there for the 4th position. McDeman's got it. Brett Stratford wants it. He's got Larry Gledhill right behind him. And then Jesse Costa, who was unbeatable at the start of the season, trying to inch his way forward in that DNO recovery, number 52.
Austin Rose has been to victory lane before. He's out front and gaining ground over 2nd place. Corey Whittam in the 55. Murdoch holding on to the 3rd position. It's pretty clear on back until you get around the 10th spot with Al Slate and Darren McLennan.
Travis Hofstetter got into the inside wall off of turn number 4. He's able to drive that to the infield with a bent left front wheel. His night is done.
Austin Rose beginning to see the back end of the field. Behind him, Corey Whittam and Steve Murdoch having a good battle for the 2nd spot. McDeman 4th, Brett Stratford 5th.
Rose closing in behind Kiana Teal and Broden Weiler in the 14. There's a little bit of a gap ahead. Oh, no. He goes around. Our race leader, Austin Rose, goes around, saves the car. He's going to go to the back.
Wow. That's a heartbreaker for Austin Rose.
Unless they say the caution was the 96 in turn 2.
Nope, they already came over the radio, said the 3S, that's yours.
So the good news is you didn't wreck your car, you kept it spinning, you kept it going. The bad news is you spun out, brought out the yellow. That's a long way to the back.
Wow. Nice bit of driving by Rose to get it back, pointed in the right direction.
You know how in F1 they can tell you the heart rate of all the drivers? Corey Whittam's about to flatline.
Leading this thing over Steve Murdoch, McDeman. 3 TQ midget drivers.
Yeah, it's true. Brett Stratford, a former standout kart racer.
Let's watch the replay here.
So Kiana Teal bobbled there in the corner. Broden Weiler had to check up, and Austin Rose just got in the back and looped it around. Could have been a whole lot worse. Thankfully, it was not.
Tyler LaFantasy going up on the hook in the 96.
We're going back to green, this time at a 4 on the front straightaway. Corey Whittam, the race leader in the 55. The 2M is Steve Murdoch second. McDeman third in the 4. Brett Stratford in the 39 runs fourth. And Larry Gledhill having a great run in the 14, rounding out the top 5.
Back to the green through the WG Truck Center restart zone. What is going on with these starts?
I'm not convinced Corey Whittam knew they were going green. But Brett Stratford was.
And he moves by Murdoch end to man. Here comes Stratford right on the tail tank of Whittam. Murdoch now runs outside.
Steve Murdoch gets back around the 39 of Stratford. This race is far from over, though. Brett Stratford called his shot earlier on.
Cam Thompson holds on to it 1 and 2. He's going to the pit area.
Steve Murdoch out in front. Corey Whittam on the inside, but Murdoch going to sail it around the high side in the 2M with the lead.
Jockeying back and forth at the front. Good side-by-side battle for the third spot. McDeman and Brett Stratford, they try and reel in Corey Whittam. Halfway home in this one, it's Steve Murdoch, Corey Whittam, McDeman, Brett Stratford, and last week's winner, Liam Martin, as McDeman moves into the second spot.
Liam Martin, as you said, closing in. Larry Gledhill still right there. Brett Stratford just struggling a little bit with forward bite, it looks like, in the 39 car. Close quarters into turn 1 between Jesse Costa and Keegan Baker. Baker pinching that 52 down to the inside, and they just about made contact.
McDeman with his best run of the season so far, the highlight man. Right there, making a move on the low side of corner number 2 on car 2. They'll go wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Murdoch may have brushed the wall.
That's just his line. McDeman out in front. The Leach Performance number 4. We've got one around in turn 2. That's Broden Weiler. So I'm not sure if they'll count that lap. If they don't, it might put Steve Murdoch back into the lead. And I'm not sure Jesse Costa was real thrilled with Keegan Baker. They're out there kind of juking around under yellow. Costa pulled up alongside.
I remember a couple of weeks ago, Jesse Costa became the winningest driver in crate sprint car history here at Ohsweken Speedway with his 17th win, and he surpassed McDeman, who has 16. He'd like to tie that back up. He is being put back in the second spot, going back to the previously completed lap.
Corey Whittam's holding his own up there in the 55. They get Broden Weiler's car pointed in the right direction. Ackland Insurance push truck in place right behind him.
Sometimes you'll get a driver come out, win maybe even a heat race, and have a good showing there, and they start up front in the feature and kind of fade early, and you know, they're still learning their racecraft and that, but Corey Whittam, strong all night long. He's been hanging with the best of this division.
Quite often the only thing missing is confidence, Greg.
Yeah.
And that's winning a B main, winning a heat race. Those are confidence-building events.
Brodenweiler pushed off, ready to go. The cone will come back out on the front stretch.
Cone looks quite a ways off the wall, doesn't it? Lots of room for these drivers to work with. Johnny Miller having a good run, flirting with the top 10. Darren McLennan in the 78. McLennan has that 10th spot right now.
Back to the green flag. Carter Long waves it, and they get back on. The fun pedal is down in corner number 1. They go. Murdoch, your leader. Here comes McDeman looking on the outside, trying to get that lead back.
DeMann closing on that 2M as Steve Murdoch trying to mount that challenge. They'll cross him over off a 4 and look to the inside.
Liam Martin's taking over the 3rd spot. He'd like to make it back-to-back wins as he works off of corner number 2, trying to reel in the 2 and the 4.
DeMann out in front, trying to pull away from the 2 of Murdoch. Brett Stratford and Jesse Costa got close off of turn number 4, right around the 55 of Corey Whittam. That got exciting.
Connor Ross has the nose wing. It was jammed up on the hood. Finally, it blows off to the high side, and one he'll head to the pit area. That nose wing was already on loan.
I think we just bought it.
Oh. You break it, you buy it. McDeman out in front, looking to tie for the most wins in this division. That Bar Motorsports number 4 is hooked up tonight. This is the McDeman we're used to seeing. The highlight man pulling away from Liam Martin.
3 laps to go that time. Murdoch hanging on to 3rd over Brett Stratford. Jesse Costa's made some gains to get up in the top 5.
2 laps left to go for McDeman. Good battle going on now between Costa and Stratford, 2 of the points championship contenders going back and forth.
Keegan Baker and Al Slate side by side. Stratford down on the inside of Jesse Costa as they battle down the front stretch. Mobile 1, white flag.
Final time through 3 and 4. The highlight man, McDeman's going to get back to victory lane in the Bar Motorsports number 4. Liam Martin 2nd at the line. Brett Stratford grabs 3rd. Jesse Costa 4th. Steve Murdoch drops back to 5th. Keegan Baker, Mikey Krutchka, Johnny Miller, Corey Whittam inside the top 10, and Logan Schwedick finishes in 10th. But it's that man. McDeman picks up his 17th career win and ties Jesse Costa on the all-time win list. Another good feature event, lots of passing, changes for the lead, some interesting storylines. Unfortunately, some carnage as well, but that man, McDeman, is the winner and headed to Slack Lumber victory lane. Lone Wolf Fireworks ready to light up the sky for his 17th career crate sprint car victory. Liam Martin comes home 2nd after his win last week, and Brett Stratford rounds out the podium in the BS 39. We'll send it down to Slack Lumber victory lane. Clinton Jeffrey.
Thanks a lot, Greg. McDeman here in Slack Lumber victory lane as the Lone Wolf Fireworks dance with our drone crew there. Here he comes out. He's going to be excited. He grabs the epic race red checkered flag. How about it for McDeman? Liam Martin in to congratulate McDeman. He'll get his helmet off here and get around front and get a word with us. The bar crew going to be ecstatic about this one. A lot of talk about the coilover suspension on this car, and if it would work tonight, it showed that it will work. Mac will get the neck band on and get his out front here so we can talk to him. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. How about it for the highlight man, McDeman? Mac, welcome back here. We just talked about a lot of talk with these coilover work, and you proved tonight you can get it done. How was your run tonight?
This car just gets better and better every week. I can't thank everyone who's putting the work into this. Jack and Bonnie at J&J Chassis, Derek Hagar in the States calling us every week, putting ideas off each other. This thing adjusts completely different than the torsion bars, but these Bar Motorsports guys give me a better car every week, and just goes to show we just keep moving up. And great points tonight. I saw Jesse's not up here, so I'm happy. These guys just give me a great car, and just got to thank Bob Barr. He's gone, and Al Banyard.
An emotional night here for the Demand crew, as you can imagine. Get Liam out here. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Liam Martin, last week's feature winner, got robbed. Liam, congrats, man. Welcome back to Slack Lumber Victory Lane. 2 good nights. A win last week, a second tonight. That's nothing to shake a stick at, bud.
No, not at all. We kind of just had to use the racetrack as appropriate as we could tonight. There was definitely different lines to run. A lot of different guys in lots of different spots, but we made some ground and come up one spot short, but we can't complain. We're so proud to be here and can't thank everyone that puts us here in our place, and got to thank Steve Lyons for this opportunity and him being my partner for so many years now. I got to thank, I might have to look back, Ackle Insurance. I got Strode's Barbecue and Deli on this car. I got M&D Fine Line Painting. I got Smelt's Garage, A&A Auto Parts, Barlow Farms, O'Neill's Farm Equipment, The Right Concrete, First People's Energy, Matco Tools, Cool Flatbeds, J. Brian Gallagher, my mom, and Kevin Lovey's on this car. So all the people that helped me put this thing together, I can't thank everyone enough. And I got to thank my girlfriend. She drives 3 hours every Friday to come here from Brighton, so I love her.
Right on. Liam Martin, last week's feature winner tonight. He's second. Let's talk to Stratford. Brett, this has got to feel good, like this new car you built's coming into you, right?
Yeah, no way. We've been struggling like crazy. We did a whole bunch of stuff, and we're still way off, but at least we've found some things out. We're going to get there. I'm happy. I know you got to make a rush, so you guys got to go.
Take your time, Brett. We appreciate it.
All right.
Brett Stratford will be third. Liam Martin will be second, and your winner tonight, McDeman, gets it done. We're not going anywhere, though. We have a 50-50 draw to pull. Peter, reach in here and pull me a winner, Peter. Just grab one out there. We'll get the photos going here. 50-50 winning ticket number, thank you, Peter. 50-50 winning ticket number 343-569. 343-569. Come on down and claim it if you've got that winning number. We're going to wrap up Victory Lane. Guys, give us the starting lineup for the vintage cars coming up.
Final feature of the night, 20 laps will be the distance on the pole from Hamilton. 68 of Jens Mortensen to the outside from Ambridge, Pennsylvania, the 20th, Steve Longo. Third starting position is Mark Shadwell in the 07 from Hamilton. And to the outside from Port Colborne, Billy Ace Montreuil in car number 2. Starting in fifth is Scott McPhail aboard car 9. He's from Hamilton. And in the sixth spot, 67S, is Dave Small from Port Colborne. Tim Natalino out of North Tonawanda, New York, in the 41 goes 7th. 8th will be Rob Pitts in the 69. He's from Port Colborne. Jeffrey Lehrman out of St. Catharines goes 9th in the 601, and Ryan Ferry out of Port Dalhousie in car number 1 will start in 10th. Just want to congratulate Johnny Miller's sister Sydney on her graduation tomorrow from university. So congratulations, Sydney.
The Ice Woman.
There you go.
Isn't that how that would work?
I guess.
Guys, I don't know if Spencer can get this from the roof, but look at Liam Martin's got a flat right rear. He just made it. Just made it.
One more feature. The sheriff's got the red light on top the car here to lead us for a final feature of the night with the vintage cars. There's a stack up behind the Strickland's Chevrolet Pace truck. I believe we lost a car. Who'd we lose?
I am not sure.
601. Jeffrey Lehrman.
Well, let's enjoy what we have, Greg.
White flag out. 20 laps the distance for our Niagara Region Vintage Racing Series feature event. Jens Mortensen, Steve Longo will bring us to the green flag in our final feature of the night. Strickland Chevrolet Pace truck pulled off, and we'll come to the WG Truck Center start zone to get this vintage feature underway.
Wow. Pitsy's always exciting.
Always has been.
He added 2 chicanes to that front stretch.
And he's in third now. I'm interested in watching Ryan Ferry starting from the back. He was pretty stout in the qualifier earlier on.
Yeah, he was pretty sporty. Rob Pitts up in the second spot at 69. He'll be knocking on the door.
Oh, Ryan Ferry's going to the pit area. So much for that.
Now what do we watch, Greg?
Well, this battle for the lead, Montreal and Pitts side by side down into corner number 1. Pitts, he's going to take it away.
That car rocketing through the center of the turns. Track knowledge, definitely not a bad thing for Rob Pitts.
Well, as I mentioned, second all-time on the Dirt Sportsman win list here at Ohsweken Speedway. You know who he's second to?
Jay Mallory.
That is correct. By 5 wins, I believe. Jay Mallory has 27. Rob has 22. Rob has driven about everything there is.
Battles on for the third spot. Dave Small just took it away from Mortensen, but Mortensen fights back on the inside. They'll race wheel to wheel down the back stretch.
Off the corner 4 another time for Rob Pitts. Montreal right now in the second spot. Small running third. Mortensen in the 4th position. $14 to go this time by the Bob Pitts Heating and Cooling 69.
You know, it's fascinating to me. I can see what Rob Pitts' car is doing, and it makes sense to me that it'll pick up the left front. But Mortensen's car, being that much older, watching it pick up the left front is somehow more satisfying.
Running right now in that 4th position. The battle right now between the 9 and the 41. That's Tim Natalino in the 41. Scott McPhail in the 9. We've seen Scott in the Thunderstock division here
for many years. Now Dave Small putting the pressure on Billy Montreal in the 2 machine. Small up on the high side. Montreal down low. Mortensen not falling off far from this battle for the 2nd spot as Rob Pitts is out in front by a full straightaway.
Yeah, Pitts will put Longo a lap down. Head through 3 and 4 another time. This time that'll be cross flags. 10 in, 10 to go. Final feature of the night, the vintage cars. Back again in a few weeks.
And the battle rages on for that 2nd spot. Small's got it, trying to pull away from Montreal, but Montreal able to keep that 67 car in check and keep them within a couple of car lengths.
Rob Pitts checked out though at this point. Almost a half a lap ahead of Dave Small. Montreal back in 3rd. Mortensen's right there on his back nerf bars. 3-car battle for the runner-up spot.
working through the slower traffic. Small gets around. Montreal going to drive to the inside, down in 1 and 2, gives lots of room. That allows Mortensen to close the gap. Mortensen in the 4th spot, trying to close in on 3rd. Pitsy put Shadwell a lap down in the 07.
Well, he's beginning to catch the pack from 2nd back to 6th right now. That's how much of an advantage he has right now.
Well, you've got to think his eyes are lighting up behind the wheel. How many can I put a lap down? Mortensen right there on Montreal in that battle for the 3rd spot. Dave Small has pulled away, but the race is on. Mortensen to the inside.
Yeah, Mortensen right there beside the 2 of Montreal. Go down into corner number 1. Mortensen trying to keep it right tight to the block, see if there's any moisture down there. Montreal, though, rolls the corner well, stays in that 3rd position. Over a half a lap lead now for Thumper. Isn't that what they called him back in the day? Thumper?
Yeah, I think it was.
He had Thumper on the door panel.
3 laps remain. Can Pitsy lap up to the top 5? Tim Natalino in that 41 holds down the 5th spot now, but he's about to get 2 to go as Rob Pitts.
Montreal and Mortensen having a fun time out there, you have to imagine. They're going back and forth for that 3rd spot. And Mortensen gets the advantage off of corner number 4.
He edges out in front with 2 laps to go. Montreal going to try to chase him into 1. Mobile 1 white flag is out for Rob Pitts.
Final time down the back stretch for him. The battle, though, to watch is that for the 3rd position. Small safely in 2nd. Rob Pitts is going to work it off of corner 4. He'll pick up the vintage car win tonight. Small right now holds down 2nd. Mortensen, Montreal, and Natalino along with McPhail are all right there.
Right, that battle is closed right in. McPhail looking for a top 5. He's going to come up just short, but what a battle.
And Rob Pitts was so far up front, he got to watch that battle as the checkered flag. Pitts, your winner. Small in 2nd, Mortensen 3rd, Montreal in 4th, and Tim Natalino will conclude the top 5 for our vintage car feature event, our final one of the night. And we'll go down trackside in just a moment to talk with our winner, Rob Pitts. Longtime competitor here when Dirt Sportsmen were the top division on a Friday night. And now he's going to pick up a vintage car win in the EZ69. Mortensen down there as the top, and I believe it would be the 50s and 60s division.
Yeah, I think that's how they break them up as Rob Pitts rolls down into Slack Lumber Victory Lane to meet Clinton Jeffrey.
Last time Rob Pitts was in Victory Lane at Ohsweken, it was probably on the front stretch. Lone Wolf Fireworks lights up the sky, and we'll send it down trackside to Clinton Jeffrey.
Big smile here from Pitsy as he gets the bucket off. He gets ready to climb out. He's been in our Victory Lane many times over the past 3 decades in lots of different types of cars. And the fireworks lighting it up here. And a little bit of a gas bomb for you, too, to light up the night. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. How about a hand for Rob Pitts out of the 69. Jens Mortensen out of the 68 car as well. Both are class winners here tonight. We'll get a chance to talk to both of them. Rob, having fun back here. Come on around front of your car here. Been having fun back. Good to have you back here in Victory Lane at the Big O. We've been here many times over the years.
Yeah, this place is absolutely the best. I look so forward to coming here each time I get the opportunity. You never fail to impress. This place is awesome.
What a drive here. This class has been building a bit, and you guys are really racing hard.
Yeah, it's become like these guys aren't parade cars anymore. They're racing for real. It's unfortunate we had 4 or 5 cars drop out there last week. Hopefully get them back out before we return a couple weeks again.
Right on. Good job, Rob.
Thank you. I do just want to thank you. First of all, I want to thank Ohsweken for letting us come here and this club. Noam Animal put up a little cash prize for us tonight. Tim and the guys that are behind putting this club together, they rock.
Right on. Rob Pitts grabs the win. We'll get over here and talk to Jens Mortensen. Jens, solid drive here tonight for you. We'll get your photo done there. And then we'll jump in and talk to you. Jens, what a drive here tonight. Class winner. That's got to be pretty good. Anytime you can end up here on the front straightaways, good end of your night.
Yeah. Oh, it was an absolute blast tonight. Especially, I was trying to chase him down, but that's never going to happen. And then my best friend here, Dave Small, that helps me out all the time, he got by me. And, I mean, I want to beat him every time, but it's never going to happen. But, yeah, I got Dave, my buddy Mike, Al, and my son Logan. They're, such big supporters. And my buddy, I've got so much help. I got a couple tires from Pitts earlier this week, too, just to help me out. It's just so much fun. So much fun.
Right on. Jens Mortensen and Rob Pitts end up here on Slack Lumber Victory Lane. Take us home, guys. Next week is the Art Hill and a big crowd coming out. Thanks for all your work, guys.
Great night of racing once again on behalf of the Stiers family, all the officials and crew, and on behalf of Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross, I'm Greg Kelvin saying so long. We'll see you next Friday night. Copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of GeForce TV. GeForce TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.